Eska's,
Mm-hmm.
he does his thing. It's I'm readying an action to wait for Eska to go, and then or vice versa,
Yeah.
right? And then so that's the
Yeah.
the advantage of doing the technique is it's easier for the guy to get tricked.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I don't have time to look at them and approve them tonight because I got them after the time we were supposed to start. We're starting late. We are live, by the way, fellas.
Oh no!
Make sure you put your shirt back on, guys. Right?
No.
Don't tell me how to live my life.
I will tell you how to live your life.
I will not listen.
I pay your sub.
I still won't listen.
Fair enough.
Hear myself in someone else's.
So I am on your stream, and I see your stream is streaming, but it still tells me that you are offline.
You might have to refresh because it literally just went live. What's up, Seagull? So it maybe that you just have to refresh it and stuff. So
Cool.
I don't know why otherwise. Because I mean, I have Seagull is in chatting with me already. Nags, I tried to look at your character sheet today, and wow, dude, I hate the Character Mancer. I didn't realize how much I hated the Character Mancer until
Why? What happened?
nothing.
Oh.
It was just like, wow, this is ugly.
Yeah.
So, not saying anything against you, right?
That's what I said when I looked in the mirror this morning. Wow.
Oh,
Damn.
was somebody standing in front of you?
No, it was just my reflection.
Man, I'm trying. I was trying there.
You're not gonna win that one.
Oh man.
Hey, P-Stabs, that wasn't your reflection. That was the old lady that died in the house 6 years ago.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if that's better or worse.
That might even be worse. Yeah, exactly.
That's funny stuff. Oh,
Good chat.
Now,
You are what?
I think he's taking care of the pup. I think Stab said she was hopping into chat.
Yeah, I have to get. I put pop-out chat up so I don't see your screen, right?
Gotcha.
So I was getting pop-up chat up, and all of the different things that I need for the D&Ds. You guys read my message, right? In the room?
I did.
Okay.
I did as well.
Okay.
So, thank you for the follow, Half Aches. We're going through our starting procedures here. We are a little bit late. All of us have a little bit of stuff going on this week, and so we're a little slow getting things rolling. Nags isn't even logged into Roll20 yet.
Yeah, it's not working.
Did you put your password in?
Well, yeah, I logged
Try
in.
password
Yeah.
123.
How did you know my password?
I'm smart.
It reminds me of Spaceballs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's like what an idiot puts on his briefcase. What was the password? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh man, now I'm gonna have to change my briefcase. Have you guys not seen Spaceballs?
Yes, Spaceballs.
I
Okay.
haven't seen it in a long time.
All right.
Yeah, it's been a very long time.
Yeah, old or not, it's amazeballs. What's that?
Spaceballs.
What's
Sounds
that?
like a good opportunity for a community night. Spaceballs in the Discord, right?
Dude, that'd be fantastic, actually.
Better do it then.
I have to find where to watch it.
Yeah, that
It's
could
an
be a
old enough
thing.
movie that I don't know where to watch it online anymore.
Wonder if it's
And
on
I don't
Netflix.
own a physical copy. All right, well, we got it up.
And I'm checking the Canadian version. There is no such thing as Spaceballs in Canada.
Spaceballs
Prime Video.
streaming AMC Plus. It has John Hurt in it?
I don't know who
What?
that is.
Moss, go away. I love you, but you're not.
Oh, he's like a cameo appearance. And he's the first person listed when you go to Google for it. And he's a cameo appearance.
He probably got paid the most.
I mean, probably he's probably the biggest,
Yeah.
one of the bigger actors. I mean, he's the one who has the alien burst from him, and he was also the one who had the alien burst from him in Aliens.
Yeah.
Which is why when it's happening, he goes, "Oh no, not again," and then it bursts from him. Okay, I thought that was funny.
What movie is this?
Spaceballs.
Oh yeah.
When I first
Spaceballs
watched the
and
movie,
Aliens.
I didn't understand the reference because I hadn't seen Alien yet.
Yeah, honestly, it was a while before I realized. I thought it was just funny because he's like, "Oh no, not again!" You know, like this is a common occurrence to this guy having his chest burst. So, now that we're sufficiently off track before we've even gotten on track,
Easy.
Is it off track still then? If we were never on track to begin with,
I think legally, yes.
Legally.
we'll have to call my lawyer.
That's fair.
I know 2 lawyers.
I know one, but dude, I sat down with. Hey, no worries, Siegel. I sat down with this one lawyer that I know at like a church event, and he's like, "So what do you do for work?" And I told him I teach, and dude started grilling me. I thought I was on the defendant stand. I was like, "What is going? This is a barbecue, homie. Like, chill. I'm not gonna go through my lesson plans with you at a barbecue." It was a little offensive.
What was he saying?
It wasn't that he wasn't saying anything like negative, but he was grilling me on like, "Oh, well, what do you think about this?" Or how do you teach this aspect of your curriculum? And like, brother, they're in 7th grade. We're just teaching them how to find evidence to support an argument. Like, you can relax.
Chill.
He was going for it. So, all right, let's go ahead and we'll get ourselves started again. Where we left off last time, we had Kurak and the 3 boys were coming back from the Pharaoh encampment outside of town. Ames was asleep in the Pit Fighters Guild in a private room with Belle and Pam outside watching the door for her.
Threesome?
No.
I mean, maybe when Ames isn't near death. She might be down.
Of all the people I expected that from, it was not Care Bear.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, you had already expressed that Thelephora and those 2 were, together.
They are. They are in an amorous relationship.
So
Doesn't
I was
mean
asking for
extend
clinical
it to-
information.
To Ames,
Would they
she
jump-
might not be part of that.
I mean, it's a big step in assumption that they're like, well, she's a friend of his, so we'll just jump her bones too. After this horrific trauma of undead monsters everywhere. Like, that's some serious predatory behavior.
Well, that's how a lot of people cope.
I mean, that's true. That is fair. That is how a lot of people cope with things. So, that's fair. But no, Pam and Belle did not attempt to jump Ames' bones.
Maybe if Ames was feeling better, she'd be okay with it.
What a start. All right?
Yeah.
What a way to start
yeah.
the session tonight. Like, all right. You threw me off, man. Not gonna lie. Okay, so you guys are on your way back into the city. And yeah, right. So that's all. That's what we have. Nothing going on beyond that right now. We finished our encounter with old Tom and the boys. but you imagine it might have been old Tom or it was somebody similar. Necromancer Man and the boys and Bovolk. You know. And then you guys went and had your experience at the Grove when you had Bovolk be buried. So,
Mhm.
what is the move from here? What are you guys doing?
I mean, I think once morning comes, I think the goal was to head over to the Fighters Guild to check on Ames and just gather the ranks again.
Okay, no worries. As you guys approach the gates, they let you through without any fuss. You have two gilded members of the Pit Fighters Guild who are moderately well known. Speaking of, I forgot to mention this. Everybody has gained some 2 points of honor. Well, it's technically glory is what it should be. So your glory is now a 3 instead of a 1. So you can all go ahead and update your sheets on that one.
I had 10 honor. Is that correct?
That is incorrect. You should have 3.
Okay.
I had 30 honor. Is that correct?
That is also incorrect. You should have 3 now.
Okay, so 30. Thanks.
So I lost 7 points of honor for.
Oh, next.
Yes.
That's what you get for.
That's what you
helping
get
kill
for
zombies.
associating.
Yeah.
That
You get to be
is
a blood
correct,
mage.
Strudel. So Strudel's saying he has 0 honor, and I'm letting him know that is
that's-
correct. He has no
That's
honor.
correct as
Yeah.
well. Poor Strudel. F's. I'm gonna do F's
Okay.
in chat for Strudel. F.
I was saying F you in chat. Sucks to have no honor. Dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow. Okay, so you guys make your way back to the Pit Fighters Guild, where Ace and Eska live. All of you are currently homeless except for Thelephora and obviously the 2 Pit Fighters.
Am I technically homeless? I still live with Kieran Ellis. Just
That's fair. You might.
Don't
So
have-
it's just Kurak then.
Kurak is staying the night at least with Ace for at least one night because Ace is going over his drawings and designs for combat gloves with Kurak
Oh, okay.
because Kurak screwed up and he said that he would help build them for him.
Oh, good job.
I don't remember this ever happening in game.
This is
What?
all talk of. This is all just talk of stuff to be done during the potential downtime.
Yep.
Okay.
Did you not send him the pictures, J-Dog?
Nope.
Oh, I didn't send him the pictures.
It was
Sorry,
like pulling
I've
teeth to get J-Dog to tell me what his downtime was going to be.
I've had a lot of stuff going on, so no, I did not get that over there, but I will send it over.
Yeah. Totally understand, man. I'm just giving you a hard time.
You're good.
So, okay. So I assume I'm going to get that here in a second. Yep.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Do you expect to have the gun there too?
What?
It's got a little gun on its forearm.
That is the alchemical capsule retainers.
Mm-hmm. And you want a steam-powered harpoon?
That is a drow grappling apparatus from the Bat Elf. He has a cowl with little pointy ears, and he wears a cape. Dresses all in black.
Mm.
You're crossing some wires here, buddy. And lines. All right. So what is your plan when you get back? Because you've been given food. You right? You guys ate plenty of food for breakfast, so you don't have to worry about breakfast. You were also given some food in transport to take with you um, by Olga. What are you guys?
So Kurak would want to make a point of pretty soon after getting back and after getting settled for a little bit, he would want to get some time with Amelia, and basically his goal would be to explain in as great of detail as he can the I guess the end of Bobolk, because I mean that was why she initially was hired on, was to record his adventures, and so he would want to make sure that all of that was recorded, and so he would take time to do that.
Okay, I like it. Anybody else? What else are you guys doing?
I mentioned we're trying to recruit those kids. I mean,
Well, yeah, that's for downtime. We're talking just
Okay.
this morning.
gotcha.
Ace spends pretty much all of his time in training. So outside of discussing the plans with Kurak, he will be training, and he's expressing that he has a plan to try to find venomous critters, but he's got to talk to Thelephora because Thelephora seems to be an individual well versed in the ways of nature.
Okay.
And Amelia, she wants food because she's hungry
That's
because
true.
she's just waking up, and she would like to touch base with like find Kurik and Thelephora. I think above the other two because she's known them a little longer. She just wants
Yeah,
to
of course.
like find out what's going on, but she doesn't have a problem if she runs into Escarace.
Gotcha. All right, good. So yeah, you guys are all here at the Pit Fighters Guild now. Ames, you're able to scrounge up some food. They do have on-site cook, right? But he's not great. So most people will for any meals where they want good flavor, they will go and get food elsewhere. But they do have a decent enough breakfast with just some bread and eggs and some other proteins and stuff. Yeah, but Kurak tracks you down eventually and sits and talks with you over breakfast about, as he said, about Bovolk's End and all that stuff. You guys, I'm trying to make sure I know what you guys are doing in the morning because I have events lined up and I want you to have a chance to get your stuff done before those events.
He doesn't want us to sidetrack him. In other words, let's sidetrack him. All right. So can we do the Kurik and I thing now?
Absolutely, go for it.
All right, Kurik, Turtle Man. Ames kind of like flags him down a little bit because she sees him walk in. Come eat with me.
All right, I will. How are you feeling?
Well, it was good to have some sleep. I don't know how long I slept for. Felt like years. So I'm definitely not tired right now. I feel pretty good. I had some weird dreams, but I think that's just because I probably hit my head a couple times a little too hard and stuff. But also I'm missing my bag. Do you know where it is?
Oh, your bag. And Kurak will kind of look around. And does Kurak remember seeing anyone in the party carrying Amelia's bag?
Yeah, he would have. Ace had picked it up for her.
Okay. And I mean, if Ace is here, then I'd wave him down. But if he's not, I'd say, I think that I want to say that Ace has that. I'm pretty sure.
But it's like he's pretty short, you know.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
he is.
It'd be almost the size of him. Probably not. I'm exaggerating, of course, but
I mean,
but
he's
still.
he's a pretty buff dude.
I guess. Well, hopefully I can find it. So, this ghost thing. I saw Bavolk's ghost. Did you also see that, or was I just seeing things in my brain? Was it a ghost?
Wait,
Was it
Bubbo's ghost? Are you talking about? Are you talking about at the ship?
Yeah, there was it. Somebody kept asking me if I had the song ready.
Oh.
Was that a ghost, or like did I make it up? Was it like did was it something that like I saw that you guys didn't see, that you saw something else, or was it like a undead monster, or what was it on the ship exactly? I'm having a hard time trying to understand what I saw and what happened and stuff, and it doesn't make sense in my memory.
Yeah. So I mean, I can only imagine. I didn't see Bavolk until I had left the ship. And so I imagine that. I imagine that we saw the same thing. And uh, unfortunately, unfortunately, I don't quite understand what was going on. What I can say is the 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 shell that we saw was in fact Bobolk's body.
So,
Um,
but I saw before, I saw his head explode. Like that thing came out of his head, but now he
yeah,
had a head again.
yeah. I I wish I knew. I wish I knew what
Okay.
caused it, but I mean, that was him. It
Okay.
it wouldn't surprise me if those same people that caused his head to explode. I don't know. It seems as though they may have been behind what was going on there as well. I don't know. I wish I knew more. I do,
Oh.
but that was not Bavolk, but that was Bavolk's body.
Oh.
It was.
Okay. It kept asking me for a song, but like, I mean, I don't. I have a song I started because, of course, I was hired to like follow around and record great feats, and but we haven't done any great feats yet. And he certainly did. And then his head exploded. So I mean, the song's not very good, or anything. But so I don't. I mean, I want to finish writing something because Kieran Ellis was hired to make something. Um, so maybe you could tell me about one of your adventures and that you had with him, and then I could write it down and then formulate a better song than than the one that I have, which involves Bavolk's head exploding and then him coming back as some kind of reanimated ghost thing to try and murder me. It's not necessarily the best. Won't put him in the best light if I do it this way. Also, don't you think it's kind of a bad thing that if corpses, when we kill things, they just get up and walk again, then nothing's ever really dead? I don't know if I like that. That doesn't make me comfortable. And so hopefully at this point, Kurek is noticing that Amelia, while she's still herself, she's unnerved a little bit by this whole thing. It's kind of festering on her a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Having someone get up and still do things after clearly being dead is not. I've never seen anything like that before, and I it boggles me too. I hope that we can get to the bottom of this, because that was not natural. That was not normal. It was an abomination. I couldn't stand to see other people experience what you and I had to go through, seeing our friend in that situation. And as far as telling you other stories of our adventures, I can do that. I don't know that now is the time for that. I did want to tell you about where we were last night.
Okay.
We so I was quite angry about the situation, and infuriated that these people that would defile Bobolk's body like this. And after everything was all said and done, and I knew that you were in safe hands, we went out of the town, and we went to have a proper burial for him. Is it the Pharaoh Woods? Is that what it?
Yeah,
right?
Pharaoh is the name of his species.
Right.
So the Pharaoh Enclave is where you would have gone.
Pharaoh Enclave. Okay. So I've been with Bobolk to the Pharaoh Enclave just outside of the city, a couple times before, and I knew that was going to be the place, for him to be laid to rest, and I regret not trying to get him there the first time, that he passed, but I knew that it had to happen, and so we went, and I'm tired. We were out late, but it was worth it. When we got there, the sorry, I'm not remembering the name of what was the chiefess's name. Just
Olga.
Olga.
Olga. Olga told us, I guess, just a lot of the Pharaoh people, and told us how their entire purpose is to help others and to serve others, and as I tell you stories of Bavolk, you will see that reflected in his character. And they have a I guess a grove of sorts that they lay their people to rest in, and it was magical. It was like the grove was alive, as soon as we laid Bob Oak's body down. It was encompassed with vines, and just it was just incredible. And
It sounds lovely.
it was a good closure to have. And I'm grateful that we were able to do that, and I'm sorry that you were not able to be there, but I will, whatever details you want to know, I will share to the best of my ability. And yeah, I mean, Kurak will just, J-Dog, don't have a perfect recollection of what happened, but Kurak
There's
would.
a VOD, J-Dog.
Yeah, there is a VOD.
So
But
Ames,
Kurak would recount.
while
what was
Kirk is talking, Ames, and she's eating with one hand, and she has her journal out with the other, and she's taking notes for what he says, and kind of nodding and listening along, but taking notes in a thing. And Kirk can see in her journal, and Kirk can see quite clearly that there is a page that says Bavolk on the top, and it's underlined. So it's and it's got a bunch of scribbling on it. Well, if he can read, can Kirk read?
Absolutely.
So it was Bavolk that couldn't read. I knew one of them can't or couldn't.
Okay.
That's fair.
I mean, Kurak
So, yeah.
can do precise, complex, top level engineering. So
yeah.
Well, I'm hoping it doesn't mean he can read.
fair.
But it was Bavolk that couldn't read. I knew. I just remember that somebody couldn't read in our group, so I guess it was
Yeah.
Bavolk then. Yeah.
It
Okay.
was.
So Kirk should be able to see that there's a page. Like the left page has Bavolk written, his name written, and then an underline, and might has some other scribbles because while Amelia's eating and he's talking, she's taking notes down, in her journal.
Perfect.
Okay. So if he's buried, he won't be. He won't be. He won't come back again, will he? Do you think?
I surely hope not. I don't believe that Olga would allow for anyone or anything to step place in that grove and defile it in that way. So I I feel great confidence in saying that's the last time that we will see Bavolk.
Okay. I just we might have to make sure we burn people. Kuruk, is there a place that's special to you that if something happens that you want us to take you?
You know, I can't think of any place in particular. I've been traveling so much, and I mean, I've seen many beautiful places, but I don't know that I don't know that I have a specific place that I'd want to be returned to, but just somewhere away from the hustle and bustle of the world.
Okay.
That's all that I would hope for.
Ames licks her finger and flips through her book a few more pages and smooths it out, and there's a Kuruk written with an underline, and she and he can also see that the first note says Turtle Man, and she also writes in there that he wishes to be buried somewhere away from where it's quiet. So she takes note of that, and then she says, "I think it's important that we talk about this. I don't expect to be able to go home. I would like to one day maybe go to my home, but anytime I ask anybody about my home, they don't know where it is. So, I don't know. I don't know where I would want to go." And Ames looks kind of really sad all of a sudden, and she kind of has a little bit of a tear in her eye, but it's different than her normal like dramatic in her moment
Yeah.
upset. She's more mournful, I guess. And then she says to him, and she says, do you know where Narfel is? Do you know where Peltark is? Have you ever heard of any of these places in your travels, Kuruk?
Can I make a history check?
Absolutely. Wow. All right. That is exactly what you need to hit it. You've only ever heard of it once in a children's book.
Children's book.
It wasn't listed as a real place. It was a fantastical place in this book.
Okay.
It's a very old book though, so you suppose it could be possible that when it was written, there might have been a real place. But I mean, the story is about somebody who travels using magical portals from world to world, chasing a rabbit. It's about a fox who travels and runs through portals to these other worlds. And he travels to a variety of places. Peltark and Narfel is just one of them that he passes by. It was this very small village in the story when the fox found it.
Okay. Yeah, so I would just I've heard of those places, but not I guess I've never been there. It was from a book that I read, a fantasy story.
Fantasy. Like, but I think these stories must be real, because I had never seen of people coming back to life after being dead. I'd heard about it in tales and read about it in books, but never in historical books, and I'd never experienced it before. So maybe this book that you read about my hometown in isn't just fantasy. Maybe it's a little bit real.
Maybe.
But A fox and portals, you say?
Yeah, that's what I remember. Uh, yeah.
I I don't think portals are real though. Okay, but at least you've heard of it. That's something. That's a start. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe do you remember the name of the book?
DM.
There doesn't. It's an old enough tale that it doesn't really have a name.
Okay.
But the only real name you'd be able to come up with is Fox Chases the Heron.
Fox chases the herring gone.
Okay, and Ames is you're gonna say that to her, right? And then Ames writes it down
Yeah.
in her book.
Yep.
Paragon. Okay.
Heron.
Herring.
Harengon.
And
Herring gone.
Who is anybody joining you guys at the table right now? I suppose this is a better question for Eska and Ace. Ace told me what he's doing, so I know he's not. Eska, would you be at the table here?
Not yet, but I think I'd just pop in at some point.
Okay.
so I think that Amelia and Kirk are just gonna continue their conversation. I don't think it's really gonna be much of interest, just small talk at this point, because Ames is now contemplating a lot that finally somebody has heard of her hometown, and she's had kind of a rough couple days, and so she's just gonna eat and maybe flip through her journal a little bit, kind of stay quiet for a couple minutes.
Yep. Sounds good to me too.
Okay. All right.
So now's a good time, Eska. She might look up at Kirk and she'll say, "Do you think my bag is okay?"
I think your bag is okay. Like I said, I'm fairly certain I remember seeing it. I think it's okay.
Okay.
Do I know where her bag is?
Ace has it. The last you saw.
Ace has it? Okay.
He might have. Ace, would you have set it down somewhere in the facility when you went to pursue take that crate with you?
Oh no, because I looted it from the ship, so it's mine. So I'm keeping it.
Oh no.
Oh, so petty. Did you actually keep it?
Yep.
All right.
Yikes.
Yeah, so last you saw Ace had been carrying it.
When I'm done here, I'll go find it. I'll go find Ace. Ames says to whoever is at her table.
What's the bag look like?
Brown, big, half the size of a dwarf, has my personal papers in it, some instruments hanging off of it, filled with clothing, except the one that was used to cover my shoulder, which was ruined. Has pockets on the side and one on the front.
Oh, that was yours?
Yeah. I wore it pretty much
Ace.
Until I don't remember wearing it anymore.
Ace looted that. That's his now. You got it from
No.
the ship.
No, that's not how this works. That's not acceptable.
Trust us, or trust me when I say you don't want to. Ace will not want to take Amelia's bag. So I don't know how difficult it'll be to convince him of that, but if you can help at all, that'd be great.
Well, I don't know. He has it. I'm sure he's keeping it safe for you.
All right.
He doesn't need disguise kits or a shovel. There's an iron pot in there too.
You have an iron pot in there?
Yes.
That's,
It weighs 10.
that's wonderful. I have to look at this.
I was gonna
It's
say.
literally go and look at my inventory.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Shovel, iron pot. Yeah, they're legitimately in there. Nondescript ring. Was that the ring you picked up on the boat?
That's the ring I looted yet.
There's
Yeah.
no way that's nondescript. That was
Well,
like
you
a
didn't-
really pretty ring.
Well, you didn't tell me what
I told you it was silver with the blue gem.
Well, yeah, but I haven't done anything with it yet. I haven't looked at it. I literally took it and put it in my pocket. So it's still in my pocket. Which is technically, I guess, not necessarily my bag, but I have it on my person. So I haven't actually investigated it yet, which actually leads me to believe I should probably investigate it.
Oh, the metagame is strong.
Well, no, like legit, I didn't investigate it. So I like she put it in her pocket because they were giving her a hard time. She just put it in her pocket and then went on about her day, right? Along with the
Gotcha.
7 gold.
Okay.
So I just added it there so I wouldn't forget that I had it.
Oh, geez.
All right, so then why don't we just do this? Ames reaches into her pocket of her pants and she pulls out a ring that
Now,
she got from the
big
ghost
question
ship.
here. Big question here. Are
Yeah.
you wearing the same bloody clothes you had yesterday?
No,
or
but
did you
just
change?
They got cleaned. So
By who?
I'm assuming she's wearing her pants from yesterday. But they were
The
clean.
2 pit fighters said that they would go clean the clothes for her.
Yeah, that they would have them cleaned, but that wouldn't happen till the morning. It was like midnight.
Oh,
And they
okay.
stood
So
watch.
maybe then,
so
then
you-
she doesn't have it. Then they're up in they're in those other pants.
Okay, I'm just
she's
making.
fine.
I mean, if you took them out of the pants, that's one thing. I was under the impression you probably would have changed clothes and not been
Yeah,
wearing.
no, I've changed, or
Okay.
my clothes are clean, or they're changed. So if you're saying they're not back from the laundry yet, then I'm wearing different.
No,
clothes.
they would have only just been taken in the morning
Okay.
to be laundered.
So the ring is in the pants still, in the pocket in the pants. It might
Gotcha.
get lost. It might not. There could be a hidden pocket in those pants. We'll see.
Well,
We'll see what happens when we get the pants back.
Yeah, we'll have to roll and let the dice decide.
Yeah, but that's why I put nondescript ring because
Jeez,
I haven't investigated it yet. Hey, I'm just trying to be true to my character here.
that's fair. No, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, go ahead.
I was gonna say backpacks do have a weight limit, so you might want to look at that too.
Yeah,
We'll have
This
to
one doesn't.
check that. This one doesn't. It's.
I'm strong. I got high enough strength for this.
We'll have to.
It's
We'll have
big.
to focus on making the big backpack of holding, and it just holds everything. But it's not like it's a backpack of holding or a bag of holding, right? Where it's just the sack size and it has its weight, no matter what you put in there. No, yours just continually gets bigger and bigger and heavier until you
Yeah.
can no longer walk.
Exactly. I'm
We'll-
cool with games that have encumbrance.
We'll
I've
see.
been doing this my
we'll
whole
see what
like,
we.
you know.
We'll see what we do. We'll see what we do. We'll figure
I
it out.
like that it says
This
that I
is-
have a backpack inside my backpack, though. Did you notice that?
I did not notice that.
Yeah, go under entertain where it says entertainer pack. See where it says that. It says backpack, bedroll, costume clothes ×2, candle. But yeah, there's a backpack within my backpack.
I love
Now
it.
who's meta?
You got a backpack in your backpack. So why were you worried when your first backpack broke?
Because the little backpack doesn't hold everything. That's where all my papers are. The important papers are in the little backpack.
So you have a little backpack and a big backpack.
Yes. Think of it in terms of a purse inside of a purse.
Yeah.
Or a
so
purse
you have a
inside of a
lesser backpack and a greater backpack,
Yes.
to use D&D terms. Okay. I like that you just stick. It reminds me of some of my students. They'll just like have a trapper keeper where they carry
Yeah.
everything, and then they'll put it into their backpack where they carry more.
Exactly. That's exactly what this is.
Okay.
Legitimately, it's a purse inside a suitcase if you think of it that way.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. So we're going to cut over to Ace, who was heading to talk to the authorities this morning.
That is correct.
Okay. How are you going to approach them with this crate that you've brought?
I'm just gonna walk in and be like, I have evidence to turn in.
All right. The guard at the front is a little. What? Evidence for what?
The investigation from last night.
Oh, I hold on. He's got papers on his desk and he's like lifting papers and he's opening books and wait here. And he gets up and he leaves the room to go find somebody and bring somebody back. Eventually he does return with Regis, who is looking very groggy, as if he may have just been roused out of bed. And so Regis kind of he's not even in his armor at this point. He's got a tabard on over his small clothes, and a pair of boots. Like, he was not prepared for this conversation. But he comes to the front. The investigation last night, you're talking about you're talking about the boat, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Oh, yeah. What do you have?
Poisoned alcohol.
Poisoned alcohol?
That is correct.
Okay. How do you know it's poisoned?
I drank some.
What? Are you okay?
Yes.
Uh-huh. And you sure
I
it
got
wasn't
thirsty while we were investigating the ship, and I drank some, and then I removed the rest of it so nobody else would drink it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah, we'll take it. I'll take it. And he'll hold his hands out for the crate.
Okay, I'll hand it to him.
Yeah. he'll tell you to wait here, and he'll walk it on back and set it down. And he'll come up to the front with a small satchel of small sack of coins. And he's, I assume, at about 1 crown a bottle of wine. That would come to how many balls did I tell you were in that crate?
You said I got 24 in there. I had to destroy the rest.
Okay. So he hands you a little sack with 24, and he says, for your losses. So.
Oh,
Thank
much
you.
appreciated.
Is there anything else I can do for you, Master Dwarf?
No, I was just making sure that whatever plan that they had with poisoned alcohol did not come to effect.
Wonderful, wonderful. And now you're not one of the regular companions of this group that was there last night. Are you one of the pit fighters that joined us?
That is correct.
Okay. Well, thank you for your assistance. We had enough problems up in the warehouses that I can't imagine things were much easier on the docks. The Inquisitor asked me if I saw one of you to let you know that he'll be by the Coliseum around midday, and he wanted to meet with everybody who was there. So,
Coliseum, understood.
yeah. And do you know if Ames is all right?
I'm right here. We're there, right?
No, you're at the Coliseum.
okay.
He's at the guardhouse.
All right. Never mind. I'm not there. I'm over at the Coliseum.
I'm okay.
I heard my name.
Ames just like, she's sitting there eating, just whips her head around. I heard my name.
Someone talking about me.
Someone talking smack. It's like the Force. Disturbance
I
in
am
the
one
Force.
with the Force, and the Force is with me.
Yeah. So, yeah, so he asked you if Ames is all right.
Yes, she was taken back by Thelephora's girlfriends and shown a nice time.
Oh. Okay. I was unaware. So, have a wonderful day.
She was almost eaten by a bed, so not a nice time in the way you're thinking, I assume. a nice time, as in like a day spa.
Okay. Oh, yes. Okay. Not that there's anything wrong, right? Uh, good. Yes. Uh, yeah. Okay. Tell her. Uh, I don't know. Don't tell her anything. I'm okay. I'm going to bed, and he leaves.
Okay. I'm sure that she likes Regis, so I don't think anything will happen anyway.
Yet you were talking to Regis, and you knew you were talking to Regis. Did you mean
yes.
to?
So to you, the GM, yes, I
Okay.
know. that I
I'm
was
making
talking to
sure. I'm just making sure
Ace.
that Care Bear knew.
Yes, Ace is dropping the hint.
But doesn't. Oh, okay. I see what it is.
Ace
yeah.
is full wingmaning right now, is what he's doing.
Good for you.
Trying to.
Okay. No, I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure that we're all on the same page. I thought that's what you're going for, but I wanted to make sure. And he stops at the door and kind of looks over his shoulder at you. This man, he's legitimately in just his underwear, a tabard, and a pair of boots. And he really?
I saw some looks, so I'm pretty sure. If you see him, could you let him know that I'm going to be meeting with her this morning for breakfast? He's most welcome to come.
Yeah, I will. I'll tell him.
Okay.
And he kind of pops out of the room. He's got a bit of a pep in his step now. He's fully awake at this point. Yeah, he pops off down the hallway where you can't see him at this point. But there is a bit of a whistle as he's going.
Also, I did get dressed before coming over here.
Correct.
I was only naked yesterday because I had to rip my pants off so I could make the tourniquet with Amelia's blouse to stop her from bleeding to death.
That's.
Yeah,
I just
that's
imagine
the
you've got like a
only
pair of
reason.
tearaways. Like you got some like Adidas tearaways. You, let me get you fixed. This is my emergency tourniquet system. And you just got a little loincloth underneath. Golly, like He-Man going on there. Okay, fair enough. So you're wearing pants again and a shirt, or are you just wearing pants?
Right now, I'm just wearing pants.
Okay. Do you even wear shoes?
No, he is not wearing shoes.
Okay. And are the pants like homeless person pants, or are they like normal pants, or are they like tailored pants?
They are nice pants. They
Decide if you're good pants or
two-toned
not.
stripes that are vertical to make me look taller. They have
Pinstripe?
cuffs at the bottom.
He's wearing fucking pinstripe dress pants.
It was
With-
a nice pair of pants I found in this bag I looted from the ship.
Oh my god, they're ladies' pants at that.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I like it. I can dig it. They accentuate your butt very nicely.
Excellent.
Because I
They're
mean,
too
you're
long,
a
but it's
pit
got a
fighter,
little
right? And you fight generally mostly naked and oiled, so you're toned, and so these pants look great, just absolutely great on your butt.
So I will, when he walks off, I'll go back to the Pit Fighters Guild and join my compatriots for breakfast.
Okay. Before you leave, the guy at the counter kind of leans forward. He's like, you know that was Regis, right?
Give him a wink. Yep.
He goes, my man. And he just kind of like waves you out as you go on out. All right, and you make your way back to the Coliseum from the guardhouse.
Yep. That is where I'm going.
All right. Anybody else? What is? I know Thelephora isn't with us tonight. He is not feeling well. So
He hates
Thelephora's
us.
off doing his thing with Pam and Bell. Yep. Eska, do you have anything you're doing, or are you just settling in for hanging out and a little bit of extra breakfast?
I'm trying to get in on that Pam and Bell action, actually. I am knocking on Thelefora's door incessantly. That's what I'm
Just
doing.
dum, 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 dum.
Guys!
Are you doing like?
Hello?
Are you doing the penny, penny, penny?
No, there's no
Bell.
pauses.
Bell.
It just
Yeah, just... Thel! Hey, Thel! Thel!
I well
Oh boy. Oh
No,
boy.
I'm not doing that.
okay. I was trying to think of how to handle this because it's Thel's character, but like I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay.
If Thel were here, I might consider it.
If Thel were here, you'd be doing that.
Yeah. No, I'd rather
I
be.
think you should still do it, and then you have to roll the GM rolls to see whether or not Thel can hear you, or you roll to see if Thel can even hear you, because maybe he doesn't care.
That's fair. You want to roll?
Sure. Yeah. Yep. I'll roll. What am I rolling?
All right. Persuasion, but at disadvantage.
There you go.
Well, wait. No. Where is it at?
Oh no, does he have?
Do you have a skill?
Something. I do have a skill.
You have a skill that.
I'm gonna have to find it.
What's it? Foursome?
No. Well, close.
I mean, you're like a 2.5 foot tall bunny man.
Yeah. You're right.
Okay.
I'm
All
getting
right.
it. I didn't put this one. Yeah. I'm too cute, so I have advantage on persuasion checks against creatures that are larger than me.
Do you really?
I do.
All right, so it's a straight persuasion.
Yeah, straight up persuasion.
Oh my goodness.
That's funny.
I get disadvantage on intimidation, but advantage on persuasion.
I'm gonna say 14's not good enough.
Fair enough. That's okay.
I think a 14's not quite good enough. I think this would be a very difficult DC. So
Yeah.
I just want to see
No.
if he crit on it, because then if he crits on it, then
I mean-
Pontos has to let him have it.
dude, Kurak's history score, the only way he was getting any information was on a crit. I only let him roll because it was a crit or nothing, and he crit.
And he did it.
So, like,
James
all right,
Grace is
well,
only
there's that
the-
information that was going to come in like 15 sessions. There you go. Kurak
was
just
the,
knows it.
This is the Esker shooting his shot, but when they say no, he's like, just kidding.
That's fair.
I didn't mean it anyway.
It's
It was a
prank,
joke.
bro.
Got it.
Oh, gosh. All right. Okay, well, Eska spends the majority of his morning doing that. I take it?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
if the training pit fighter proteges is downtime stuff, then yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Unless anybody else has anything else they're doing for the morning.
When is Ace getting in here wearing my pants?
You know what? Right now. But I gotta tell you, Ames, he is rocking those pants. You are not
Still
sure.
gonna notice.
Yeah. Oh no. You'll absolutely
you'll
notice
notice.
because, like, you could bounce a coin off of that booty. Okay. Like, I'm just saying.
So does he approach the table? Like, how's this happening?
I don't know. Ace, what are you doing?
I am Ned Flanders in a ski suit.
It's like
Okay.
nothing at
So
all.
you're like, but you're coming over the table, right?
Oh yes, I am definitely. I'm coming over. I walk in. I smile. The pants like make the little glisten, sparkle, ting off of my teeth as I wink at a girl and she swoons. And I walk over and be like, "Hi guys, finger guns."
Finger guns.
Ames looks up from her notebook, looks back down, puts her pencil on the notebook, looks back up, folds her hands nicely in front of her, and says, "Why are you wearing my pants?"
Oh, I looted these pants from the ship last night.
No, they're from my bag.
According to your rules of engagement, looted materials is the proprietary ownership of the individual who loots
No,
them.
you don't loot from your own party. You don't loot from your own party, and you're in our group, so that's not how this works. So I mean,
didn't. I looted it from the ship.
no, that's my pants from my bag, which you have in your possession. So give me my. You can keep the pants because damn, they do look good on you. But
Thank you.
but we'll need to get them hemmed because they're a little too long, I think. But you can definitely keep the pants. But I want my bag.
I concur. You shouldn't loot from the party.
That's right. So give me my bag.
Yep. So anything that's looted is party material.
So give me my bag.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. And she just looks and blinks at him.
I'm just gonna
And
stand
sits
there.
there.
And Oh, and
And
while
she-
we're on the subject, if we're gonna be spending a lot of time together, since Boss Man told us that we have to take care of Thelephora, and Ace pulls out of the backpack a scrolled parchment and puts it on the table. We should probably formulate a professional mercenary charter so that we could get the good missions.
You can't just use the stuff in my backpack.
That's mine.
Well, it came out of my. You just said from the backpack. That's my backpack.
Yes, this backpack.
I think maybe you have too many backpacks, and therefore you should give me my backpack. Ames will not back down from this, just so you know.
That's fine.
I will roll whatever I need to, Contos. I want my backpack.
Ace is just pointing out that funding that was looted was not properly disseminated to the rest of the group.
Ames doesn't have any concept of what you're talking about because she doesn't really remember the other day very well.
Well, that's the standpoint, according to your rules of engagement. So anyway, about
You don't
this.
loot from the party. Give me my bag.
So if we all create this charter, and he unrolls the scroll, and it's actually an already written out mercenary charter that Ames did not have in the backpack prior, and he kind of spreads it out on the table.
So what is this?
This will let us get good missions.
Good
It
missions.
shows we get registered with the city as a professional group. It comes with a little more responsibility. With we have to make sure we don't disturb the peace, kind of stuff. But we also get private missions where we can request bounties be taken off of the warrants.
So we reserve the mission for ourselves?
We can, yes. But not like every mission. There's certain missions. And then also because we're on the registrar, then people who have things that they want done can just come to us directly because we're on a list, rather than like us having to hire a really crappy bard to go around and not sing about us.
Ames gets up from the table and leaves.
No, Amelia, that wasn't you. I was actually talking about the prior issues that other people have actually had with bards where they hire them and they just don't do what they've been hired to do.
I'm gonna say you've sung. You've
Yeah.
sung multiple times.
As far as my conversation with everybody, you've actually been doing what you're supposed to be doing.
I can do it better if I have my bag.
Yeah.
Ace, just give her bag. Trust me, you'll be on her bad side forever if anything were to happen to that thing.
I'm a bad comrade.
Oh, she's going to be on the bad side of everybody if she continues to steal while we're looting.
I don't know what you're talking
Ames?
about.
Amelia, are you stealing stuff?
No, I don't know what he's talking about.
Roll a deception. And Care Bear, you roll a persuasion.
Persuasion.
Are you chiming in? Oh, no, never mind. Sorry. That was an old persuasion.
Boom.
So persuasive.
Okay, everybody else roll
No.
an insight check. Everybody else who was there, roll an insight check.
Esco, I think, was the only one who was actually in the
Eska, you were there, Eska. So,
Yeah.
you don't. You actually, I guess it's only Kurak who needs to roll. Kurak,
Gotcha.
you feel like Ames is telling the truth.
So, are we gonna give the backpack back? Is that a thing?
Because I'm not signing anything till I get my bag back.
You should fight him for it.
I'm not fighting somebody 5 times stronger than me for my stuff. It's my stuff. Give it to me.
Yep, Dwarven Duel, right here. Let's do it.
No one's fighting anyone. Just what? Okay, what do we have to do to get this backpack back? It's too early for this. It
No
was a
one's
late
fighting anyone.
night.
We're in the Pit Fighters Guild.
I mean, we are. Yes, I guess. Yes, we are standing in the
There's
Pit
people
Fighters
fighting everywhere.
Guild. We are within the Pit Fighters Guild.
I mean, there's
You
literally a
two-
fight like 45 feet to your left.
You two are members of the Pit Fighters Guild, whereas we are not. We don't want to fight. Just could she have her backpack back, please? I know it was hers.
As long as there is the promise of not doing the activities that happened again.
I don't know what you're talking about still, but whatever it is, I promise it. Okay, unless it's my firstborn, you're not getting that.
Okay.
Just give me my bag back.
I will drop the bag on the table.
It's gonna make a big noise when it hits the table.
Yep.
Very big noise.
Although isn't dropping so much as hoisting because you're kind of short.
I knew that was coming.
Good sound effects. Aim stands up and lifts her bag off the table, puts it on the floor between her legs in front of her chair. But you can keep the pants, she says again, because they do
Why?
look nice on you.
I'm getting so many compliments on my way over here.
They're ladies' pants, though. Just thought I'd let you know.
I invited my friend from the guards, if you guys don't mind,
Okay.
for breakfast.
Sure, whatever.
So we'll go over and Ace will explain what mercenary charters are and how they work in the city and being all legit and up and
And I'm understanding this right by assuming that this is our quest board, correct?
The mercenary charter? No, the mercenary charter is essentially establishing yourself as a guild. Though a mercenary charter isn't quite a full guild charter, you would need a parent guild to sign off, and you would essentially be a subsidiary of another company, right? Where they would subcontract things to you. A lot of adventuring parties will do that. They'll start their own little mercenary comp, and they will have their own. They call them bands, right? Their own little party band. But you would normally need a guild to sign off on it because you would have to. You would fall under that guild's purview and leadership. So in the reason that's important is in the case of legal issues, right? A lot of legal issues in Althalos and the world at large are taken care of within the guild themselves. And then other outside law enforcements simply ensure that the guild is dealing with the problem. And then the guild will handle the problem in themselves. Some guilds are going to be a lot harsher than others. And obviously it depends on the crime itself. Each guild is going to have its own sort of a thing, which is why it's important to have it undersigned, right, by that guild. Because say you guys go and burn down half a city block, and you've got 150 gold to your name as an entire party, the extra like 9,000 gold comes from the guild coffers that you are signed to, right?
Gotcha.
So, but the mercenary charter, what that does, as Ace was saying, is it does allow you to reserve contracts. So if you go to the guild board, if you go to the recruiters and you see a mission, right? And this mission is to for whatever, like hunt 10 donkeys. Okay, just hunt 10 donkeys.
Poor donkeys.
Okay, they're evil donkeys. Okay, they eat babies.
Bad donkeys.
So they're fire breathing donkeys.
Half those guys.
Okay, so say you're going to go hunt you have to hunt 10 fire breathing donkeys, and you go to do that. There is a chance that say you take the mission and you're not chartered. You take the mission and somebody else takes the mission. If they do it in return, or even if you do it but they turn it in and they have enough proof that it's believed that they did it, they get the reward and the money for having done it, and you got to deal with the problem yourself, right? They're not the people paying it out. It's not on them to decide that. If you are a chartered guild, a chartered mercenary company, and you go and you're like, hey, we're gonna take this. We're taking this job, and we're reserving this job. You can only have one reserve job at a time because you can't just take them all and say, oh, they're all mine. Whatever your active job is, okay, you take it, and you can reserve it. Nobody else can do that. If somebody else comes back to try and turn it in, they're not part of your charter. They're not part of your company.
Right.
And so you get to claim, you have first claim on the reward for that. And if you die on the mission, your death guild gets paid out to your family, or whoever your beneficiaries are, because of your relationship to a guild. So just like if a pit fighter dies in combat and he's got a kid, right, the guild will pay a certain amount to that child as his death guild, because he died in the line of duty. If you die in a bar fight not doing your job, that's on you. If you die doing
bar
the
fights
job,
can be part of your job. I
absolutely,
formal
right?
protest.
You can, and again, that's where the guild comes in, right? Say you die in a bard fight, your guild, a bard fight. I mean, that would be
A bird fight,
like,
get
just-
it?
Uh,
I mean, it was a slip of the tongue, but yeah. But say you die in a bar fight, your guild could argue that yes, it was in the line of the mission, or they could argue that no, it was not, so they don't have to pay out the death guild, right? So it's important to find a guild that you trust, to see if they can underwrite you.
All right.
Can I join a bard fighting guild that fights only in bars?
I'm sure there is one that exists. You would have to go looking for it. And it may be that they're not really a guild so much as a mercenary company assigned to another guild, and you just have to join another company.
That might sounds like something Ames is going to do in the future, maybe then.
Okay. Now, keep in
That might be
mind,
funny.
you can only be assigned to one guild, right?
At a
And
time,
your
right?
mercenary charter. Yeah, you could theoretically go solo, right? You leave your band and you go join another group, or just go solo altogether and try to establish yourself.
Yeah, so like when Ace takes Ames's bag again and doesn't give it back, then she goes to a different one. We got it.
Correct. I love all these
Yeah.
little
Oh,
underhanded stabs at one another we have going on tonight.
Seriously.
Very healthy. Very healthy.
And we're expected to do anything as a party. Like, holy crap.
Look, I understand that basic party ethics is a lot to ask from you guys.
Listen,
Apparently.
Okay. I understand it's a lot to ask, but I'm asking you to stretch yourselves and just reach for that higher level.
I don't know, man. Might be too much. I'm joking. Wait, what the hell? Fell? Nice roll.
Yeah,
Oof. Who are you trying to medicine?
I was just rolling
Oh.
to announce my presence.
Just getting all of the bad rolls out of the way.
Apparently,
So
I'm
what
teasing, by the way. It's all in good fun.
were you listening before you joined in, or are you just hopping in now?
I'm just hopping in now.
Okay. So because we didn't know if you were coming tonight, has a really poor choice of words. We established that you were off with your lady friends, and Eska was attempting to join you, but he rolled very poorly. So we determined that nope, he got ignored.
Very poorly is a stretch.
Yeah, it was.
I rolled
it was
okay.
Poorly, but it was very poorly.
Poor enough that we didn't have to cross that bridge and have a later, more awkward than this one conversation.
Unbelievable.
Okay. I'll walk in. I'll start examining Eska without even like talking to him. Lift up his arm, make sure his pupils aren't dilated. I was like, "You're knocking pretty loud. Are you okay?"
Yeah, man, I'm fine.
Feeling queasy? On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad's the pain?
Getting worse. Get off me.
I'll let go of his arm, and then I'll start doing the same thing to Amelia.
Oh, but you're so cute.
Who's so cute?
Isn't the bunny jumping on me?
No, Thelephora is doing a
Thel-
medical
Thel's
examination without your... Like, he didn't ask for permission, he just started examining you at the table.
Oh, that's fine. He's allowed to. He's the doctor. I'm used to it. Ames just sits there, sips on her drink.
Let me tell you what, if my doctor showed up at Denny's and just started examining me on the spot, I'd be
It's
concerned.
She's been through a lot of stuff, right? So it's all right to have the doctor go over. He hasn't taken her clothes off or asked her to undress or anything. He's just, checking her vitals and things.
That's
Ames
fair.
is fine
You
with
are
this.
still in a good bit of pain, though, still sore.
Well,
Making sure her shoulder joint still works is probably
when
the
he
most
pokes me a
important
little
thing
too
because
hard-
she got
when he pokes me a little too hard, she kind of goes, oh, and glares at him a bit and just says, careful. And then continues to drink her drink. She's drinking some tea.
I like it.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad does it still hurt?
Probably about a 7.5. No, we're going to go with an 8.
Dum-ba-dum-ba. Let's see. 2d8.
Ooh.
Alright, you get back 6 health points.
Oh, that's
my
great.
gosh.
Was I not already at full health
You were.
from my long rest?
Thelephora doesn't know that. In his
Okay.
current day, he's gonna
All
heal.
right. Okay, thank you. Thank
One
I
thing you
appreciate
would
that.
know, Thelephora, cure wounds is not effective on joint pain, right?
Uh,
Well, don't I have like a big gash?
Yeah. So the cure wounds it knits the skin, right? So you're still gonna have a big old scar,
Yeah.
but it basically it speeds up the healing process is what a
Yeah.
cure wounds will do. So that it'll definitely do that for you and help progress it along to being healthy again. So it's
Yeah, I mean,
beneficial. I'm not
it's
saying
still
it's
gonna leave
not
me a big old
beneficial.
nasty scar, like you
Yeah.
talked about. But yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
you're
take
gonna have
the
a
Band-Aid
gnarly
off soon.
scar.
It's battle wounds. It's fine.
and then I'm gonna sit down at an empty seat and like, what are we talking about?
Kirk told me about Bavulk, and apparently that dead things actually do come back to life somehow. And I asked Kirk where he wanted to be buried. And I want to make sure that I ask the rest of you guys that too, so I can put it in the book here. So in case anything happens, we can at least make sure that you're taken care of. So
Yeah.
Thel, if something happens that's bad to you, would you like us to like bury you? Would you like us to burn your body? Would you like to be returned to your homeland? Like, what would you like?
You can just kick my corpse into the sewer.
Oh, okay. All right. Ames looks a little bit at him quizzically. She raises one eyebrow and kind of like, okay, and she flips to the Thel page, so it says Thelephora. It's probably misspelled wrong, and then she's got the line underneath it, and then it says healer guy that people can read, and then she writes his wishes there, and then she says, "Wait, where's Eska? By the way, is he at the table?"
I'm here.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
at the table.
Yeah, and then she looks at Eska and she says, "You, what
I'm not
happens
gonna
if
die.
something?" But everybody dies.
Nah, you say that.
Is there okay? So let's pretend for a minute that the world ends. Where would you like your remains to be sent to? Do you have a wife, a husband?
If the
Sister?
world ends, who do
And
I want
I'm
my
the only
remains
one
sent
that
to?
survives. Where
Then
would you
keep
like
'em.
me to send your
Then
corpse?
nobody else is. What do you mean?
Well, I could be the only one that survives. Just trust me on this.
Okay.
Where would you like your corpse to be sent to? Would you like it burned? Would you like it buried? I don't want you to be turned into what Bavulk was, and that would be bad. So how can, like, do I cut your bunny ears off and send them to your mother, or like that sounds bad? I don't want to do
Wow,
that.
that's
Please don't make
horrific.
me do
horrible.
that. I don't. No, please don't. Please don't say that.
I
That's
gave you your bag back.
a
What?
thing.
I
Why
know
are
you
you
come
so
from a
mad?
place that's pretty far from here, but we don't do that here.
Okay, good. I don't want to do
Mangling
that.
corpses is a little bit of a no-no.
You know,
That's
That-
yeah. I don't want to do that. So what would you like, Eska?
I want you to cut my ears off.
I don't know. I don't want to do that. Other
Well,
than
I
Well,
that,
have
good. It's
permission.
not gonna happen
Too late
anyway.
now.
we
But
have permission.
if it does, yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Mhm.
And so Ames in her book has a page for Eska, and it says, "Very cute bunny with soft ears."
Just holds up
And
his
then-
left foot, and by the way, this is the lucky one.
And she writes down, "Extract ears," and then a
Yeah.
sad face in her notebook, and an ace.
Just right, can't die. I'm looking over her shoulder. No, cross that out. Just right,
Oh.
can't die.
And she kind of looks back at him, and she doesn't cross it out, but writes in quotes, "Can't
And
die."
Thank you.
End quote. And then she looks over at Ace and says, "Do you want to be buried in those pants?"
I think it's more he won't die, not that he can't die. I'm the one who actually can't die. Eska just won't.
It's
He's
about
too
this time that
ornery.
Regis shows up and just kind of is very confused at the conversation.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Regis! Hey, come sit down right next to me. And I'm gonna tap the table next to Amelia.
He kind of looks at Amelia before he does, just to make sure it's okay.
Oh, and she nods and smiles pleasantly at him and says, "Come on."
Yeah, he'll he'll sit down at the table. Give me a perception check. Actually, you know what? I don't even think you need to give me a perception check for this one, Ames. He's dressed to the nines. Like he looks
Oh.
good.
Nice.
And Ace, you can tell that he put some effort into making sure he looks good. He's freshly shaved, and his hair is combed. It's not. He doesn't look like he's been wearing a helmet, though he's got his guard issued helmet with him. But it doesn't look like he put it on or anything.
And Ames looks over at him and just gives him a quick up and down and says, what do you think of Ace's pants?
He kind of leans back and looks at Ace. He's like, form fitting.
Those
I
are
would
my
say.
pants. Those are my pants. He's wearing my pants. Just. And I kind of smile at Regis and kind of like giggle a little bit, which is probably one of the first times people at the table would have seen Amelia be like shyly giggle as opposed to like out and out make fun of people.
It's fair.
He gets he's. I don't know what he's doing. He's probably a little red in the face at the moment, but
Yeah.
You know.
So do you start your shift soon, or are you?
Are
you working today?
actually I have the day off.
Ooh,
Ace.
that sounds like fun.
Ace invited me down here with you guys, and so I figured I'd come pass a little bit of time with you.
I think that sounds wonderful, actually. Because I was thinking I might look for you later, and now I don't have to look for you.
Wham! Underneath the table.
Regis kind of goes, "What the? Oh,
Wait,
what?"
did you
He,
just
like,
kick me?
no, he
No.
jumps a little bit away from Ace, like, "What? Hold up!" And he sees the flower, and he like takes it, kind of confused, and then like it clicks, and he's like, "Oh, okay." And he turns, and he kind of awkwardly hands the flower to you, Ames.
And Ames kind of gives him a weird look, a bit.
He's got a little like a slightly uncomfortable smile, but like he's like it's a very pretty flower. The red reminds me of
She's blonde.
she's blonde. The yellow and the marigold reminds me of your hair.
Oh, that's
I asked Ace to grab it on the way. I had just forgotten.
and Ames kind of
Go ahead and roll an
looks
insight
over
check.
at Ace and narrows her eyes and says, "Oh, I see," and kind of gives him a little bit of a "I know what you're up to" look.
The species to jetties. Ooh, that's good for stomach aches.
And Ames kind of looks over at Thel and kind of what?
Thelephora is like, what?
That's good
What's
for
wrong?
stomach aches.
Yeah, that's what it's used for.
Okay, well we'll just keep it then, right?
Yeah.
And then Ames looks over at Regis and kind of gives him a smile and says thanks, but like to try and make him feel a little less uncomfortable. But yeah, she knows what Ace is up to now, and she just keeps looking over at him.
So
She's not angry, but she's got a very suspicious, slinty
to be
eyes
fair,
when she looks at him.
Regis's deception roll was pretty good. He has a +3 to it, so he had a 16 on his deception roll.
Oh, so I think that Ames thinks that he did
Well,
this all on his own,
you
or that
could-
he
you
said
could-
he got it from Ace.
Yeah,
an insight.
So go ahead and roll an insight check.
Okay.
He said that he asked Ace to get
To
it
hold
on his
it.
way.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you know he's full of crap. He was not expecting Ace to hand him the flower, and so he's apparently very quick on his feet. He was surprised that Ace handed him a flower, and he didn't know what was going on until about a second before you figured out what was going on. But you can tell that he doesn't mind. The fact that he was able to give you a flower, and he is appreciative of Ace, if a little thrown for a loop.
Yeah, and Amelia's not unreceptive to the flower, but she definitely knows what Ace is up to, and she makes it known that she tells Ace, "I know what you're up to." She looks at him with her eyes slinted. "I know what you're up to," and then she looks back at Regis and smiles and says, "Well, thank you for the flower. I appreciate it."
I'm just happy to know that you like it.
Yeah, it's nice.
And he's gonna see a stray mug of ale. Is anybody drinking this? Just kind of
Nope,
take
I'll
it out of
slide mine over to him.
and just he'll take a drink.
I'll whisper to Eska, "Do you think Aim's stomach is hurting? That's pretty normal after violent trauma, but I could make her something that's a little better than just marigold."
You should use that flower in particular to make her something, I think. Take that flower and make it into a whatever you do.
Well, if she asks me.
No,
I'll
take
go back to
it.
drinking.
Make it a surprise. She'll think it's very thoughtful. You should do that.
I'm sure Amelia hears all this. Yes.
I'm whispering.
I mean,
to Eska.
you guys are at the table, so they can make a stealth check to see if you're not
How
overhearing
whispery
them.
they are.
Yeah.
I'm happy to just say it out loud.
Yeah, I think it's funny if you guys are saying it out loud.
Yeah. I think he's trying to whisper. I'm responding normal volume.
Right.
You can't tell what Thelephora is saying, but you get an idea because Eska is loud.
Okay.
No. I think you should use that flower, and he reaches over and touches it.
I don't think you guys should just no, just leave it. Just leave it. Just leave it. Ames tells them to leave it. My stomach is fine, thank you. Thank you, Fel. You did well with my shoulder here. It's feeling a little itchy, which means it's starting to heal. We're good. I'm good for now. I'll let you know.
Itchy? What?
I stand up.
What?
Itchy
I have
means
a
it's
solve.
healing, she says. She goes, no, itchy means it's good. Itchy means it's good. And she kind of tries to get him to not do anything.
Okay. And then I sit down begrudgingly.
And now that everyone's here, Ace pulls out 4 gold coins, puts them on the table, and slides them over to Thelephora. Takes out 4 more, slides them over to Eska. Takes out 4 more, slides them over to Kurak. We had a finder's fee for the bottles that I looted from the ship.
Oh. I don't think I realized you took bottles from the ship, but
I think Eska's the only one who actually knew.
Yeah.
I knew about it. I also have a chest of stuff that the Templar gave me as our finder's fee.
That is true. You don't have the chest on you because it is fairly
That's
large and heavy.
I have said this, though.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just making sure.
Yeah, and then Amelia says, I did find a ring, but it's in... Oh my god, it's in my pants. It's in the pants that went to the laundry. And she's kind of a little bit panicked. Yeah, there was a ring. I found a ring in a drawer in one of the desks. Before I don't even know what happened. Before I just was passed out or something. There was a ring in with some gold coins that I gave half of to Eska. And there was a ring. And the ring's in my pants.
By all that is good. You took a ring from a necromantic ship.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I found it it was in a hidden compartment in a drawer.
No. Pants, now.
I don't. Okay.
Pants? Okay. And I'll stand up.
No, not those pants. Ace, not those pants. So I don't wear my nice pants for fighting in. Those are my nice performance dress-up pants. They go with the blouse that you destroyed.
Just to double check, make sure there's nothing in your pockets.
I'm not wearing the same pants.
Ace pats himself. Nope, they're not in these pants.
No, they're my pants that went to the laundry. Fel, have you seen Pam and Belle today?
Yes. I'll go get them.
Can you get them? Yeah, because they were gonna send my clothes for launder to the laundry.
Yep. They're probably. Yep. And I'll stand up and I'll walk away.
You guys thought that Ames was stealing stuff, but she wasn't. No faith, P-Stab says.
If you want to end up like Zook, the great way to do that is to take a necromantic ring from a ship.
That's fair.
I don't know that it's a necromantic ring. I don't know anything about it. It's just a ring.
Yeah. Plausible deniability won't save you.
Let's just go get them, or find out where my clothes are.
Yep, on it.
Amelia would go with you. I'd go with you, Thel, but... And she points, not even discreetly to Regis, just... I want to talk to him.
Regis? Yeah,
The guard.
go for
He's
it.
at the table.
So Ace will slide 4 gold coins over to Amelia before leaving.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
Well, since you were
Since I was
Being-
what?
being nice and all.
I mean... I did split the gold we found with you.
Not with me.
Yeah, with you.
No, you split it with me. I split it with him.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah. No, I didn't split it with him. I split my part of it, my half, with him.
Yeah,
Jeez.
You still took half.
I did. Yep. Which I don't
think it's in
have
your
because
bag, right?
it's not in my coin purse or anything, right? Because again, my clothes are all upstairs. The only thing I have with me right now is my bag.
Money can take a back foot to this right now, guys. We've got to talk to the High Templar pretty quickly. Does anyone know where he's at?
Regis. He left a message for you at the guard shack. He's coming here, just after midday. So I don't go anywhere, and he'll be here.
All right.
It's
And
probably
Amelia-
around 9, 10 in the morning. It's probably 10 or 11 in the morning, actually.
So Ames would like to order another cup of tea,
Yeah.
and then she looks over at Regis and she says, "Did you happen to find anything out about Kieran Ellis?"
No, not yet. After we cleared the warehouses out on the docks, we went back to the guardhouse, and I promptly passed out, so I apologize.
Okay.
I haven't gotten anything.
Okay.
As soon as I know
I just-
something, I'll let you know.
Okay, that I would appreciate it. I'm a little worried about her, but I didn't go there last night. I slept here because of my injuries. Do you want to see my shoulder?
Yeah.
And so Ames pulls her shirt over a little bit and on her left shoulder and pulls back some of the dressing, and then you can describe what her scar looks like, or her gaping wound that's starting to heal. I don't know what it looks like.
So the skin has since closed because of the cure wounds.
Okay.
And you've got some scabbing still.
Why,
And it's
Amelia, a lady ought not be quick to show her skin.
but it's still pretty gnarly looking. It's a fairly straight line because it was dealt by blade. Or no, your shoulder was done by the mimic.
No, it wasn't. The mimic grabbed me, right? But she doesn't know. Did she not get hit by Eska and his sword
Nope, you didn't.
on the shoulder? I'm pretty sure that's what the.
Nope.
I
That's not
thought
what happened at
that
all.
was a blow to the head. I thought the mimic chomped her shoulder.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
maybe.
mimic bit into your shoulder pretty hard.
Okay, so this is the mimic one.
Yeah.
I do have a scar then from when Eska hit me, but that would be on my forehead then, right?
No, we're all right. What actually happened was that the mimic grabbed onto your shoulder, and since it was dark, I just whacked you in the shoulder.
Oh, you hit me in the same shoulder?
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened, right? That's what we established. That's what happened.
I mean, whatever you tell her happened is what happened.
Yeah, because I
Okay,
don't
cool.
like Ames doesn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ames doesn't know that I hit you.
No, so she just knows she's got this big gnarly scar on her shoulder, and that she's got a little bit of a cut on her forehead that's probably going to scar as well.
Okay, cool.
And
I'm
there's a
saying
scar in her
nothing.
back. You don't say anything. So,
Zero.
Yeah, and
Okay.
you're gonna have, and you've got your whole, basically your whole torso is wrapped because the scar on your back from where you got nailed by
yeah, the first time.
by Bavolk with his
Yeah.
great sword.
Well, I'm only showing the one that's on my shoulder.
I
right?
figured you
So-
weren't getting naked.
No.
So-
But she's got her whole shoulder exposed, and then she looks at Regis and she says, "Do you think this is going to make a pretty nice scar?"
It's gonna be a big old scar for sure. What bit you?
I don't know. So there was a bed, right? And I'm like, oh, this is a really nice bed. So I went to lay down on the bed because, we're in a ship. We just killed a bunch of things, dead things, undead things, I don't know things, zombie things. I have no clue what we killed. We killed some things, right? And the bed was there, and I just laid on it, and then it moved or something. And then I don't know what happened after that. So I'm assuming it looks like something might have bit me. And she kind of looks down at it a little bit. So I don't know what happened. Eska, you were there. What happened?
It was dark. I have no idea.
So
As far as
the
I know,
answer
the
is
bed bit you.
the bed bit. The beds can't bite.
Okay, the mimic bit you.
Okay, that makes more sense. Wait, the bed was a mimic?
The bed was
Yeah.
a mimic, yeah.
So the
You
bed
went
bit
down immediately.
The bed did bite me then, actually. Then
Yeah.
that seems. I got bit by a bed. This is gonna make a great
Jeez.
story.
He
And
said
so she flips through her book again and writes some notes, bit by bed.
he kind of says he's like, you need to be sleeping in some safer beds.
Well,
And then
I
he kind of stops and realizes what he says.
and this one goes. Does this one go over her head? Can this one go over her head?
Sure.
Okay.
And he just kind of, his face gets real red.
And Ames doesn't notice.
He quickly takes a drink of his alcohol.
Ames doesn't notice. She's still looking at her scar, and she's like, "Well, I did have a place, but I don't know what's going on with Karen Ellis. So now I don't. I mean, I guess I could stay here. Maybe I should go check her house. Do you think I'll get arrested if I go to my house? I mean, I live there."
I don't know. If there's an active investigation going on, it's probably best to not go. Especially
Okay.
you guys don't have a charter, or you're not gilded, are you?
I think Ace was trying to talk us into something like that, but I wasn't listening because I just wanted my bag back. And she kind of looked and glares at him a little bit. Not a big mean glare, but kind of suspicious up nod. She nods her head up at him, if that makes sense.
Gotcha. Yeah, I definitely, if you don't have a charter or a guild, don't go. Inquisitors, if it's raised to an inquisitor level, inquisitors are dangerous. They're not. Don't mess with inquisitors unless you absolutely have to.
Out of character. Are those the guys that took away Zook?
No,
Okay.
no. An inquisitor is, basically a high-end inspector guardsman who can
Okay.
handle religious and arcane things as well.
Okay.
So this is an awkward silence.
Yes.
I'm in the laundry room.
That's true. You did go to the laundry. You are able to. CAC is there. CAC is a very small diminutive rat man. He is the quartermaster for the Pit Fighters Guild.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's the one who generally will handle a lot of this. He used to fight, but then he got one of his legs chopped off at the knee, and so he's got like a peg leg, and he's never been able to fight quite the same as he used to. And so he kind of took on the quartermaster role, and he does the laundry and he helps around a lot. People respect him because he's an old hand at this, but he's the one you find doing the laundry, and he points at he always has a little stack of pockets things. And he keeps that with each individual bag of laundry so that it doesn't get lost. So he's got all of Ames's things set out, everything she had in her pocket.
Do I see the ring?
Yes.
Do I see
yeah.
any ring?
You
do.
do.
I see multiple?
You see one. I mean, yeah, you see one in Ames's stuff. I mean, we could roll to see if there happens to be one in somebody else's things.
No. If there's only one ring there, I'll assume that's the ring I need to take.
Yeah, Ames,
Bring
you didn't
my
have
ring.
multiple
Hey.
rings in your pocket, did you?
Did I put more ring? No, there's only one ring in my pocket. It was in the inner pocket, so she's got her pants have a pocket in like a small pocket that's inside their pocket, kind of like a more safe pocket.
Mhm.
So and so she had 7 gold. She put 7 gold and the ring inside of the same pocket, and that's all she had in those pockets that were of any value. The rest of the stuff is like string, like some a pick or whatever it is she uses for her there's a thing to clean her pan flute, like that kind of
Gotcha.
thing.
Okay. So yeah, you see a number of odds and ends, Geo. Some spare thread, a small chunk of a stick that you're not sure if it got tangled with the clothes or if it was specifically there. But Kak is very meticulous when he does these things. He hyper focuses when he does these things. So he has taken everything. There are small pebbles that he has taken and put into the stack that belongs to Ames. You do find the 7 gold. You find the ring, and then again some bits and bobs that are there as well. A button, some clean supplies for a flute, yada yada.
I have the utmost faith in Kak. He is the only person in my many years of living who has been able to get the scent of mold out of my clothes.
That's true.
Why are your clothes moldy?
Thelephora is kind of moldy.
Oh,
At least he was
Never
until he
noticed.
came here and somebody had him go take a bath.
oh.
I'm just grabbing the ring though.
Okay.
You gotta bring the gold.
I don't care
No?
about the gold.
Okay, I guess eventually
You're not
anyway.
Okay. Yeah, you've got the ring.
Thelephora
It's a
assumes that you're just very poor.
okay. It's a silver ring with the blue gemstone. I'm getting you a picture of it right now.
I only remember that Ames learned her lesson and didn't put it on immediately.
Smart.
That's
Put this
fair.
in my pocket this time.
Ooh. Viking.
Is the second one off of Google. So
Can I make a quick arcane check on it?
absolutely.
I'm not going to do a big investigation on it. But
Jiminy
I want
Christmas.
to know. Can you
Quick
show me?
arcana check.
A quick arcana check. Let me just quickly roll 1 below max. It doesn't look to be magical. It appears to be you imagine looking at it, the best guess you've got is one of the sailors that was on the boat likely stole it from somebody and then had hid it in their dresser, and they were planning to sell it at a later date. It looks like it was stolen. Judging by the design, you've seen the design before. It is not native to Alphalos. It's a pretty rare design here, but it's definitely not magical. You feel confident saying it's not magical.
And then, no insignias on it for the Scarlet Sunrise.
No, none.
Cool.
So you make your way back to the party?
Yeah.
Okay. So they're all kind of sitting there staring at each other awkwardly. You think you might have come in. Well, actually, you have no idea. They're all quietly contemplating their day.
Indeed.
Nobody's like even drinking or.
Yeah,
Well, I
I'm
mean-
drinking my tea.
Yeah, like Regis is drinking. So basically, what's happened is you've come in right at the end of their last conversation that ended with just like a real awkward pause.
Thelephora is kind of awkward, so he's just gonna sit down.
Regis,
So
hey Thelephora, did you find what you were looking for?
I'll give him a tiny wave. Hey, Regis. Yeah, it was there.
can I see it, please?
Nope.
Why not?
Because I do not want you to end up like Zook did.
It's magical then?
It's not magical.
Okay.
And frankly, honestly, it is probably benign. But I am not risking your life for 2 gold.
If it's not an important ring, then why can't I have it?
Well, let the High Templar decide how important it is.
Okay. Ames looks a little disappointed because it is a pretty ring in her opinion, and she kind of says it would look really nice with my cloak.
Well, I will make a note of that for the High Templar for you.
Here's this ring we found on a ship loaded with necromancy. Ames thinks it would look great with her cloak, but I figured we give it to you first. You get first dibs.
Yeah,
Exactly.
pretty much.
That's how that conversation's gonna go, and I'm so excited for it.
If it's fine, I'd like to have it. Can I have it? It'd be mine. Can I have it? It's pretty. I like. Well, and so Ames is sitting there, and she just says, she looks over at Regis, and she says, "Hey, I like pretty things sometimes. You know, girls like things."
You
Yeah.
want the ring.
If you love it, then you should have put a ring on it.
It's a little too early for that yet.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah. And he just kind of smiles. Noted.
I don't think these guys understand women very much, you know. Although Belle has 2 girlfriends, so maybe he actually does understand.
He looks at Thel.
Something at least.
You have 2 girlfriends?
Yeah.
What's the hesitation?
Roll a deception check. Anybody who wants to challenge that can roll an insight check.
Dude, Kurak is not paying attention.
Aww.
Oh.
You think he's just like humble about it.
Yeah.
Eska, you know Pam and Belle.
Okay.
They're
I
not
was wondering if he was lying and he actually has more than 2.
Yeah, like I know.
Oh,
Pam
no,
and Belle
he's got
too,
2.
But
I'm pretty sure what I was lying about is the fact that they are not girls.
Yes. Yep.
yeah. But to me, they're girls, so
Ah.
Ames is fine.
Asuka knows Pam and Belle. Asuka already knew.
Yeah. I think it's funny that Quacker's joke in like session 2 is still with us in session 9. And I'm imagining will be with us to session 50 or 60.
I actually forgot. Nice, forgot about that.
Are they
Yeah.
both?
Asuka trying to get in a threesome with 3 other dudes.
Well, I thought that is one of them. I thought one of them was like transgendered or dressing like a female. Are both of them?
Yeah.
Like I thought
both
one
of
was
them
female,
So-
and one wasn't.
One,
Both of them appear to be female.
Okay.
yeah, one is. I mean, do we? Unless Thelephora is going to tell you, or you guys are going to go check the plumbing. Like, I'm not going to give details. I mean,
Yeah, well-
I've given Thelephora the details.
Either way, Ames doesn't care. They're both women to her, so.
Yep. And I am humble about it.
So,
Vel
Okay.
and Pam gave me this wonderful stuff to put in my hair, and it's gonna make it so soft. I've got to use it a couple times. Ames is saying this to Regis because she doesn't care about anybody else at the table at the moment. So she's just gonna regale him with all of the boring stuff about her hair.
and he's just drinking it in.
Yep.
Enthralled.
And I
Um,
didn't even have to do enthralling performance on him.
So Kurek, you are just fiddling with something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Eska and Ace are there. Ace is still trying to get everybody to talk about the mercenary charter, whereas Eska is just, it seems like he's just adding fuel to the fire wherever he can.
Yeah, that's about it.
Oh, that looks like it could use some fuel. Oh, that looks good. Let's just.
Yeah.
Wait,
This
the
seems like it would
bunny's day
entertain me.
drinking.
What's that?
The bunny is day drinking.
I don't believe so. Are you day
Did he
drinking?
just thought he said he was
Yeah.
drinking?
Yeah.
Oh.
Not profusely, but yeah.
Yeah, just having some breakfast ale, basically.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Something that doesn't have much alcohol content, but just enough to kill the bugs.
Ace is day drinking.
I assume Ace is always drinking.
If there is alcohol available, he's drinking it.
Yeah, Ace is hard liquor day drinking.
He's just got a whole bottle of Jack Daniels. He's just
Yeah, he just got poisoned. He needs it.
yeah. He needs alcohol. Rubbing alcohol for the outside boo boos, drinking alcohol for the inside boo boos.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, that's exactly how that works.
Your
And so-
insides hurt? I have a marigold flower. That I could make you a tonic with.
I imagine Ace would lean over top of Regis and just bite the top off of it. Just flat out eat it.
That'll help his stomach ache.
Yep. Okay. So
Do you
the
want to do
next
that? I have no issues with it.
Care Bear?
Yo.
Ames asked you something.
Did you, if you want, Conscious just said, if you wanted to lean over and eat the flower, I'm asking if you're actually going to do that, because I don't have a problem with it if you want to.
If you are presenting the flower and at the laughing jokes that everybody was saying about me eating it, if you are presenting it because you're telling me that it'll settle my stomach, then
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Ames holds, she's been playing with it in her hands this whole time, right? So it's starting to get a little bit handed, I guess. Wilted a little bit. The stem is starting to be a little bit bent because she's been fidgeting with it. And she holds it up and says, you could use, or I have a flower that Thel could turn into a potion or something for you, for your stomach.
I didn't know they do those. Chomp.
Oh, I don't think it works like that.
You-
Don't you have to boil it or something? I don't know. I don't do medic stuff.
It works well enough. It's just harder to digest that way.
Oh, but he's a dwarf.
That's true.
I read a story
I'm
once.
surprised you have stomach pain. Dwarves
I
are
read a
known for
story
their
once
iron
that dwarves
lining.
could eat nails. Not snails. Nails. Like
I was under
hold
the
wood
same
together
impression,
nails.
too.
I've never tried.
Ames
So
kind of
to sign the charter, all you have to do is put your thumbprint right here.
Ames kind of looks around the table with a sly little look on her face, a little mischievous little corner of her mouth turned up, and she looks at Ace and nods up again and says, "How much?
How much what?
How much for you to eat a nail?"
I don't understand the question.
Regis
So
chimes
just
in.
like this,
I
go ahead.
I feel like this is a bad idea, Ames.
He's a dwarf. I read in the story once that dwarves could eat nails.
Yeah, I work
Tough
with
and strong as
dwarves.
nails.
I don't know that they can eat metal.
As a doctor, I do not suggest ingesting anything that is not meant to be eaten.
He just ate a flower.
That's what plants are for.
Ames, you have a fine to pay.
Oh, I don't. No, not all plants should be eaten. I don't eat anything green.
All plants should be eaten, just some have detrimental effects.
Yeah, if it's green, it gets vomited up. You're right. Okay. Never mind then. And Ames looks a little disappointed and just looks down.
Thelephora, need your assistance going outside of the city. And it'd be better for everybody to come along for protection. We need to find a venomous creature.
A venomous creature?
Aren't we
I'm
supposed to
very
be-
good at spotting those.
Aren't we supposed to be waiting for the High Templar?
Yeah.
Yes.
Shouldn't
You can do
shouldn't
more
you
than
guys-
once in a day.
wait for the high. He's supposed to be here around noon. Regis said. Regis, did you say noon?
Yeah, midday.
Yeah.
Oh, were you referring to right now?
No,
That's-
I was not referring to right now. She's referring to right now.
Yeah, you want to take us to go get some poison thing when? Like later
Right
after the High
now-
Templar?
Right now, we're signing our charter so that we can register ourselves and we can get the good bounties.
A charter? Who decided to sponsor us?
The Pitfighters Guild.
Thaddeus? Thumbprint.
About now is when Thaddeus will wander on over. He's eating a bagel, but he's just like eating it like a donut. So he's got the whole bagel and he just takes a bite out of it. And then he
Morning,
drinks.
Thaddeus.
You're a monster.
What he said.
It's not carrot flavored, Eska. Jeez. Morning, guys. And he looks hung over. Like, hung over. Bad.
Does Ames know Thaddeus?
You've met him at least
Okay.
once. You guys went drinking with him once. He
Oh,
drank.
okay.
Who was it he drank
Was
under
it
the
the-
table? He drank Zook
Was
Yeah,
the bar-
drank
under the
Zook.
table.
bar crawl?
Yeah.
Under the
Yep.
table is strong.
Okay.
He lasted like one more round.
He still beat you. He made it to the
Yeah.
next bar.
He just
Yeah, he still
he
beat you.
using all this strong language. It was a close race.
I don't know. That first drink hit
And-
you real hard.
Yeah, somebody poisoned me in my first drinks.
Yeah.
But yeah, he looks very hungover, and he just kind of comes over and he just sits at the table with you guys and just kind of sits there holding his drink. And every now and again, he just takes a bite out of the bagel, kind of looks at it, takes another bite.
You know what's good for a hangover, Thaddeus?
More alcohol? He holds up his cup.
Absolutely. I was just going to say that. More alcohol.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
Takes a
yes.
drink.
You should be drinking water.
Oh, you know water makes me sick. It's not got enough alcohol in it.
I'll let you keep doing you, but one of these days we gotta have an intervention here.
Thaddeus. Can dwarves eat nails?
I mean, probably. Ace, have you ever eaten nails?
Oh my gosh.
There's really no point to eat a nail that I know of.
Well, could you like chew a nail? I got an idea. He leans over and he taps Kurak. Do you have any more of those? And he points at just like a little screw and whatever you're like a little tiny screw.
I mean, yeah. Why? Correct has not been listening to
He
the
just
conversation.
picks it up and he holds it out to Ace. Chew on it. See if you can chew it.
Oh gosh.
Ames is like watching intently and she's sipping her tea, but she's like not even blinking. She's so intent on watching this.
I'm gonna lean back. Be careful. Don't swallow it. Double check real quick. Make sure this thing's not made of lead.
No, it appears to be brass.
Huh. That's baby safe.
It's made for babies.
Babies could totally eat this.
Holy crap. What are you going
So
for,
Make
Ace?
dinnerware out of brass. So.
I'm palming the nail and making it look like I'm sticking it in my mouth and chewing it and swallowing it.
Yeah, guys, he pops it in, chews it, and straight up swallows the thing.
Ames stands up and claps. Hell yeah. She's excited. She nudges Regis. Did you see that? He ate nails. I told you dwarves could do that.
Thaddeus just kind of looks at you, and you can tell his brain is still kind of waking up, but he's processing what he just saw. And he kind of starts leaning over to correct stuff to try and grab some more things off the table out in front of you.
Correct will grab everything and scoot it closer to himself.
Come on, correct. Can you eat something bigger?
No.
No. No.
Ruin my appetite for later.
What are you
don't
gonna
wanna
eat later? Rocks?
You don't want him to put on.
We gotta
too much
have
weight. He
rocks
looks
around
good in those
here.
pants.
And
you don't want to eat too much metal. You'll ruin your figure for those pants.
Thaddeus gets up and starts looking for rocks that he thinks will be good. And he finds one or two. And as he's coming back to the table, it's about the time the High Templar is showing up. And he's trying to get Ace to open his mouth so he can just throw the rocks into his mouth.
Whoa,
Gosh.
Thaddeus. Those things have to come out too. You know, when you drink too much alcohol and your kidneys start to hurt real bad. You know, we call those kidney stones. This is the same thing.
Rocks can't be worse than that nail.
I've never eaten stones, though. Like, why would I... Did somebody slip me stones? Is that how you get kidney stones? You have to eat rocks?
Don't eat rocks.
Well, I don't.
Good.
But I've had kidney stones.
Drink
The
more
painful
water.
pee.
Those
No,
are
water makes me
the
sick.
second thing.
Let's go.
Yeah. Well, without the water element, the earth chakra builds up in your soul, and you get kidney stones.
All right. He takes a bite of his bagel. Hey, Enialis, come on, sit down with us. And the High Templar
gotta be
looks
unclouded by now.
supremely uncomfortable, but he kind of wiggles his way onto the bench next to Kurak and in between Kurak and Eska.
Correct will put away all of his gadgets and gizmos and whatnot once the High Templar shows up.
How is everyone this morning? Amelia, you were hurt quite badly last night, were you not?
I'm going to have some magnificent scars.
Builds character.
So I'm told.
Ace just ate a nail.
Yeah, Ace just completely ate a nail. I watched him with my own eyes. Ames is so excited for this.
You ate a nail?
Well, he told me to. Pointing at Thaddeus.
Really, Tad? He's a dwarf. I didn't know he could. It was quite
Tales
impressive.
talk of dwarves having strong stomachs. Tails Ames is not drunk and neither is P-Stabs, FYI, but, I can't talk right now. Out of character.
Just cool.
Tales have long told of dwarves having stomachs strong enough that they could eat nails. And we just want to test it.
I mean, it's not really a nail. That was a screw.
They're
And the
kind
story
of
doesn't say anything about screws.
They're wood fasteners. Fasteners of pieces of things.
Either way, he ate it.
Yeah.
Screw, nail.
Let me know when it's coming out the other end.
Sure, it's
Well,
gonna hurt.
wasn't the conversation I expected to be having with all of you this morning. I came to let you know that your frog friend, Tick was his name?
No, he's not my friend.
Well, former compatriot then. He has been released and cleared of charges, per my report regarding last night's activities. I've sent a letter
What?
to the law speakers on behalf of Zook, so I don't know what'll happen there, but I believed it would be beneficial to know your actions last night, as dangerous as they were to your own safety, have at the very least secured the life of one of your erstwhile allies.
Out of character, I thought you were saying that he won his trial by combat.
Oh, no. Nope. He
Yeah.
didn't go to trial by combat.
Okay. I was like, that's incredible.
He would have gotten absolutely trashed in trial by combat.
Just deported.
Ames,
Because he was guilty.
and she looks and she leans over to Regis and she whispers quietly, as quiet as she can, hopefully stealthily, and she says, "I think he was a shapeshifter who was trying to kill us all."
He looks at you kind of in shock. Really?
Shh, yeah. I'm pretty certain of it.
Okay. I'll keep an eye out.
I don't think they should have let him go.
All right.
Gosh.
I'll let the guys know. We'll keep an eye out.
Sounds good.
Olimian. I think I speak for all of us, but thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much for that. And thank you for letting us know as well.
Well, you're very welcome. Thank you for helping us to uncover what was going on at the docks. We had some inklings, and some of our informants and spies had discovered there was something afoot, but we had no idea to what extent it had gotten.
So what I forgive me, I missed some of it. What exactly was going on down there?
Necromancy is one of the most heinous sins an arcane spell user can break. Tearing the soul of a creature back after it is passed, or forcibly killing one in order to entrap its soul to manually drive these bodies, these zombies, or in the case of Bavolk, something other, is the most heinous sin one can perform, and as such we pursue it heavily to try and prevent things from happening, prevent things like last night from happening. The case that Thelephora and I found in the captain's chamber, I believe, once housed a machine that could be used to summon and control these undead.
said a machine that can control undead?
Yes. Those papers that Zook found, I didn't have much time to look at them before the law speakers took them, but they do indicate some sort of a machine that, when manipulated properly, can allow one to utilize necromantic energies far beyond what a normal mortal being would be able to manage. Necromancy takes a toll on the user. It causes the user a great deal of pain and effort to use, and so without losing your own soul in the process, you can only control a handful. And so necromancers have been a little, not easy, but easier to track and stop. And that is part of what I do in conjunction with the law speakers. And this device, the idea behind it would be to allow one to manage the necromantic powers of dozens of souls in order to create a larger pool of energy without sacrificing anything of themselves, which is what the blood was treated and used for. Think of it like a crossbow that has bolts. You use the crossbow. The crossbow is the machine. The bolts are the weapon that it fires. The blood would be ammunition for the machine. And that's where... Go ahead.
Can it be any blood? Like, would blood from eyes count, perhaps?
I believe the blood... Again, I didn't look over the schematics as much as I had hoped. But it seems as though the blood needs to be treated. So,
Okay.
bleeding eyes, that's an oddly specific question, but I don't believe that would be sufficient on its own, unless
Ames
the
looks
individual
relieved.
has necromantic powers of some sort.
Ames looks relieved by the answer and doesn't say anything.
In my approximation, Snook's eye spurting was purely biological.
So Thel understands, and Ames kind of looks over and says thanks to Thel.
Your friend Zook could spit blood from his eyes?
I already told you about this.
It was in my journal.
That's true. It would have been there on multiple occasions.
I wasn't entirely sure that was real. Okay.
It's real.
Fair enough.
Everything I put in my journal is real. Ames is actually a little bit offended. She's like sits up straight. It's like her back suddenly straight, and her shoulder hurt a little bit when she did it. Right? She kind of looks at him a little bit, like indignant, like.
What about Eska can't die?
It's in quotes.
I don't know why it's in quotes.
Well, you said it.
Seems like you don't believe it.
Well, it's a quotation. I do know how to write. In order to be a bard, you have to know how to write. Like you have to have studied language and writing.
As interesting as this conversation is, it is not the only reason I'm here. He pulls out. He has a small scroll case that he holds up and kind of looks around at the group, kind of trying to identify who's the leader of the group.
He gets a bunch of blank stares back.
He turns the Kurak and puts it in his hand.
All right.
Wait, who's the leader now? Kurak is? Nice. Congratulations, Turtle Man.
Oh, thanks.
That is the deed for a guild house. I imagine Thaddeus and his people have talked to you about establishing a mercenary charter.
Ames looks at the table where the paper is that Ace has been trying to get her to sign all morning, and she goes, "Mercenary charter? What's this?"
There's only 2 signatures, mine and Ace's.
I don't think I've heard of this mercenary charter.
Thaddeus? And he just kind of takes a bite out of his bagel. The bagel's mostly gone at this point. He just slowly chews on it. I just woke up. You beat me. So, by the way, he leans forward. You are all now members of the Pit Fighters Guild. Congratulations.
I didn't sign anything.
Thanks.
Woo! Eska and Ace, you're finally gilded!
Yeah, hooray!
Regis is like, wait, me? No, not you, Regis. The other ones.
But I didn't sign anything.
Yeah. So he kind of rubs his eyes. I was hoping to talk to you guys before Annie got here. Don't call me that. So the reason you're not in jail is because I put you on our books. So you're pit fighters or you're prisoners, and I figured you'd rather be pit fighters.
Then why do I have to pay a fine?
We're covering that at this point.
Do I get what I've already paid back?
I knew it.
Ames smiles sweetly.
He takes a bite of his bagel. Maybe.
And stares.
I think it's in your bag.
It wouldn't be in her bag. She doesn't keep her money in her bag.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you didn't
it's
have
in
your
the
bag all
laundry.
last night when this deal went down.
Exactly.
Cat has her money.
But he points at the charter. So I figure you don't want to be stuck here all the time, which is the pit fighter thing. So we were gonna subcontract you out to be your own name. You need a name. What do you guys call yourselves? The Gagglefa?
My
The
name's
Slayers of the
Thelephora.
of the events of last night.
I'm
Thelephora
Amelia
Sapphire.
Luferin. We're the Luferin Guild, Amelia says strongly.
Hold up.
To which no one protests.
Except for the fact that Greg literally just said, "Hold up."
2 people immediately protest.
Just ignore them. They don't know.
Literally.
Ames is looking at the other people, and she's waving her hand. She's dismissively, but still smiling, and she just says, "Don't pay attention to them. They don't know."
Look,
I'm part
We're
of
the
the Pit
Luferins.
Fighters Guild. Heck you.
just look. That he points at the deed that Kurak has in his hand is a deed for an old warehouse that will serve as a good guild house. And you can start out there. Let me know what your band name is, and we'll put it on the contract. But at this point, the best that Annie and I could do, and he said, the High Templar says, "Don't call me that." The best that Annie and I could do, don't call me that. The best that Annie and I could, don't call me that, Tad.
Annie is such a nice name, though.
You get maybe the most intimidating stare down from across the table you've ever seen in your life.
Ames backs down a bit.
It's alright.
But we got you a building to start in, and he tells me he got you some payment for last night's work. If you're a charter, you get to keep the payment as a charter quest. Otherwise, he's got to arrest you.
He slides the paper back over to Amelia.
Amelia takes her pencil and she's not going to put her thumbprint on there because that's above her. So, or she's above that. So she takes her pencil and she scrawls her name in her most like fanciest signature that she's ever done ever, and takes a very long time to do it at a principal. And she's sort of taking a really long time on purpose and putting a lot of like flourish in Amelia Luferin.
While
Bard.
she's doing that, I'm going to distract the High Templar. Speaking of things that happened last night, I'll hand over a ring. This was found on my unconscious companion's body. Just wanted to clear it with you.
If it's not,
You
it's
need
nice
to-
ring. If it's good, can I have it? Amelia is still signing, but she says that.
She's still signing 10 seconds later.
Yeah. There's a lot of flourishes on it. It's got to look pretty.
I'll have it identified if it's.
Place for signature.
I'll have it identified if it is of consequence. It'll be confiscated. If it is not, either it'll be sent back to you, or a fair cost in gold will be sent to you. And he
Thank
puts
you.
it into a pocket.
Amelia says, "Deal," and she sets her pencil down and pushes the parchment back to the center of the table.
Incorrect. We'll go ahead and put his fingerprint on there. Probably his pinky, because I imagine his fingers are quite large. So
It is a rather large size medallion.
You guys should actually have a picture of what it looks like now. If you open up the journal tab where you would normally find your character sheet, there should be another one listed as all follows, where you would normally see your PC list and NPC list. If you open that up, you can see what the charter looks like.
I had dropped it on to.
I don't see my scrawling signature. This isn't correct.
It hasn't gotten there yet.
Maybe.
It'll be there.
this
Um,
Not read this contract.
No, me
Open it
neither.
in
It's a
paint.
little blurry. Can I have it read to me?
If you scroll down, you can see all the text.
lot.
Oh.
Eesh.
Can I get a provision for lights
gosh.
and candles out at 8 o'clock at night if I'm treating somebody?
Well, that's part of your job, so that would be the exception.
Sweet. As long as there are exceptions.
Hold up. Gio, did you read this previously?
No, I actually just scrolled down and I was like, read 2 of them, and I see the lights and candles
Okay.
out at 8 o'clock, and each member is required to keep everything clean.
Wait,
Okay.
we have to wait. We have to be at 8 o'clock.
So, the contract states the lights and candles to be put out at 8 o'clock at night within confines of the shared barracks. If
So we
any
can
any of the members after that hour still remain inclined for drinking, they're to do so on the open commons.
We get provisions for drinking, but not for
Nice.
doctoring.
I think this is fair. Drinking's more important than doctoring, isn't it?
Oh gosh.
Any member who falls behind is left behind.
Yeah.
This goes against what we just wrote in our book. I'm sorry, but I am.
What provision is that under?
XI.
11.
Under number 11.
Musicians are to have the rest on holy days. Heck yeah, Sunday quiet.
My holy day is not Sunday.
On the holy days, not a person's holy days.
Well, my God might be different than the holy days that you celebrate.
That's unfortunate because this is not going off of a personal god. This is going off of the
Okay.
holy days.
Protest.
You are forced to live the Althalos religion whether you like
you've
it or
already
not.
Formal
signed it.
protest. Well, that's why it's funny.
So,
Protesting.
if I remember correct, everybody who absolutely needs to sign it has signed it. I think Eska's the only one who has not signed it.
I was unclear that I had to sign this because I thought I was already a member. I
So,
have signed it already.
so you are a member of the Pit Fighters Guild. If
Yeah.
you are joining this mercenary charter, so Pit Fighter Guild, the way your your oath to the Pit Fighters Guild is that you basically are there all the time. You train constantly. You perform whenever pit fights are around. Like you don't have a whole lot of you're an employee, right?
Mm-hmm.
The mercenary charter allows you to have your own business that still works with the pit finders. So actually this guild charter would allow you to have a lot more freedom outside of the pit fighters guild and kind of charter your own life.
Knowing that now, I would have signed it first.
Just like, dude, Chance, yeah.
Out. I'm in. I don't even have to read all these 11 rules.
So who's the quartermaster? Now that everyone signed it. I know who the doctor is, but who's the quartermaster?
Eska it is. What does a quartermaster do?
A quartermaster is the one who handles, like, they'll take in the payment for a bounty and then distribute it to the party.
I'll do that.
They will be the ones who, if there is food to be distributed, if there are party needs, that's the person who handles those party needs. So if you go out and you have to pay for an inn as a party on a mission, that's the person. They have a party fund where they a business fund where they will pay into that. So basically, where you guys have 5 party members, every time you divide loot, the quartermaster should make sure there's 6 shares of loot, and 1 share goes to the party fund, and everybody else is paid according to their shares.
Correction. We're to have 2 full shares, and the quartermaster gets one of those shares, and the doctor gets the other. All other hangers-on shall be afforded the wages to the agreement within.
So that means 8 shares. All members to have 2 full shares.
What number is this?
Number 2. The members are to have 2 full shares. The quartermaster have 1 share and 1/2. The doctor 1 share and 1/4. All other hangers-on shall be afforded wages to the agreement within. None shall be forced into action or servitude, including those purchased as property despite local laws of the land. So this is saying you can't have slaves, even if the place allows for slavery. When you purchase a slave, they become an employee of the corporation. They have their freedom. He that sees an acquisition's target first shall have the right of first choice aboard of her holds. So whoever finds the treasure gets first dibs on picking what they get out of the treasure.
Keepers. Exactly.
However, everybody gets equal shares. They get to pick their share first.
Yeah, so I would have picked the ring. So, bleh.
Yeah, but it would need to have been an equal share.
Item needs to be divvied into coinage and then distributed to the group.
No, not
or at
just
the
coinage,
very
split up
least,
with everybody else.
appraised into coinage, right? So if you have the coin and 500 gold, and the ring, the ring is valued at 200. That ring is equal to 200 versus the 500, and then there you wouldn't be able to have shares. So unless the party agrees to give it to you out of their personal shares, it would need to be sold for the value, and then that would be added to it and distributed. Now, if you have like 1,000 and it's worth 100, that's a share. That's a fair share, and you take a fair share.
Well, this is all too complicated for AIM. She doesn't really care. She just knows that she doesn't work on holy days anymore. So if we're fighting, oh well.
No, you don't sing on holy days.
Yeah, that's half her spells. Melee only. Good thing I have this dagger.
The High Templar excuses himself. He doesn't want to be party to this conversation. He's just there to make sure that you aren't needing to be arrested.
I was gonna say he's regretting not just arresting and killing all of us at this point.
I think so.
I'm assuming I think so too.
Okay, so are we? Did we decide who the quartermaster is, or?
So we did not.
Well, Eska said he'd do
I
it.
thought it was just Eska.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eska volunteered and nobody said no. So
Yeah, so I think I'm.
It needs to be seconded. It needs to be a proper
I
vote.
second Eska. Ames seconds Eska. All those in
Not what
favor?
I was expecting, but thank you.
I was gonna say, I mean, if he wants to do it, fine. I was gonna volunteer otherwise, but that's okay.
yep, I was gonna say either Eska or Kurek.
I think Ames should be the doctor.
Okay. Ames should
I
be
don't
the
have
doctor.
any. I'll take the share and a quarter, but I don't have any healing spells. So
Yeah, so the share and a half for the quartermaster is the party funding, right? And then
share and
the
a quarter for the doctor.
doctor is for medical funding, for
Yeah.
like if you have a med kit or something that.
Yeah,
needs
I
to
won't need to buy a med kit because I don't have any spells to use med kits for. I'll just pocket the money.
you
Sounds all
don't-
reasonable. Guys,
That's-
there'll just be a whole pile of med kits that'll never get
Thelephora-
used.
Thelephora is the doctor.
Correct. Are you trying to be reasonable now?
Yes.
Shame on you, sir.
Kurak is the de facto guildmaster, though,
Yeah.
because
Ah,
nobody
That's
made any declarations, and so
I'm the doctor. I can't be the guildmaster.
Enialis, High Templar Enialis Olimian, he essentially, by handing the deed to Kurak, declared, "All right, you guys don't want to pick? I'll pick. It's the turtle."
Well,
Heck
so-
yeah.
Ace held his hand up, but you ignored him. So
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't hear that.
I didn't
I
see
didn't
it either.
Actually, nobody
Expect
saw
Kurak
that.
to
It's
become
not.
our own
There's
master
nothing here in the
way.
chat that says that.
Yeah, you're too short. Nobody
And
saw
he-
you hold your hand up.
That's right.
Oh no.
y'all like to talk over me, so when I talk, nobody hears me.
We were too busy looking at your butt in those pants and not your hands.
Yeah.
Sexy Ned Flame.
You did this to yourself.
You
It's all
didn't
right. You
raise
can just be a
your
pleb like me.
cheeks.
We don't need rules.
Unfortunately, we do need rules to prevent people from stealing
I
from
said
other.
roles, as in jobs.
Job quests.
I'm here
You
to
two,
document.
children.
That is
When do I
correct.
get
You do
blood for
not
blood at level
need
55?
roles. So if everyone is an equal member, then everybody basically just gets an equal share.
I want blood for blood.
So if we don't specify who's a quartermaster and who's a doctor, then everyone will simply be members, and therefore all party treasure gets divided equally amongst each other.
I thought we just said that Kirk was the guildmaster and Eska was the guildmaster and Thelephora was the doctor.
You just said we don't need roles.
What I think Care Bear's getting at is he's trying to not make the decisions for everybody.
So I thought that as
I
a
think
party
we
were
have
on
made
board.
perfectly requisite decisions so far on roles.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh man, of all the things I thought would take long today, this is not the first one.
You man.
Everything you give us
really
takes long.
That's fair.
You really need to rethink just how things are gonna go in a session, Kontos.
Yeah.
Just
I messaged you this afternoon and I said we're not going to make it past breakfast.
That it's an actual
The
message I got.
Joke's on you, it's already noon.
They hated
Following
Jesus
that line.
because he told them the truth.
Can we take 5 so I can let Max out?
Yep. Have
Yep.
fun.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Let's go ahead and take a short break. Let's do
Sorry.
we're gonna do a short 5-minute bio break and yeah, so we're gonna take a bio break and I'm gonna run some commercials because Daddy gotta pay the bills. And if this is gonna ever become my full-time job, I'm gonna have to make some money somehow. But yeah. So yeah, we're all gonna go get our drinks of water. We'll do a quick bio break and then we'll be back and we'll pick up.
Be back. We'll pick up.
Nice.
okay. So there's 3 roles then.
Kind of, right. There are only two roles that matter when it comes to getting extra money. The quartermaster and the doctor. Everyone else gets the even share.
Gotcha.
The role you have as a guild master doesn't matter in that particular case, but is the role of you make decisions for the chartered mercenary company that we just decided. So you get to be the final say on what jobs we pick up, yada 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 yada.
Right. So for player to player interaction, that doesn't actually matter.
Right.
Right. So if we as players just want to divvy up things as
As we
one equal share, like divide everything by 5, for example, that's fine.
I
If
want
we
my
want,
quarter. I need herbalism kits.
yeah. So if we want to do like the party fund, then we would divide everything by 6, just like Blood Bowl was saying, because it's easy for us as players, right?
Yeah.
But in world, in game, on paper, it's divvied up differently.
I chew through herbalism kits like a smoker on Sunday.
Right. Which is specifically why there's an allotment for the doctor. Um, so quartermaster is actually in historical role for charters, but there wasn't one for doctors. I threw it in there because we're going to need one as a party fund for getting healed.
Yep.
And I took Dwarven Fortitude as my 4th level feat, so you should not have to waste too many healing spells directly on me.
That's really nice because I didn't pick cleric, which is the strongest healing class. I picked druid, and then ended up being a good healer.
Shepherd Druid is actually the best healer.
Maybe? Isn't like Goodberry Bard the best healer? In
No.
like technicality?
So the Shepherd Druid has an aura of 30 feet that he can place out anywhere. It doesn't have to emanate from him. And whenever he casts a healing spell, everybody inside of that aura, which is a 60-foot diameter, gets healed.
Nice. That's a lot like the Twilight Druids. The Twilight Druid gives people temporary hit points in that area.
Yeah.
When they answer.
So yeah, this is actual heals. So they also can give temporary hit points, but that isn't good until like 10th or 11th level. I forget when it is. When it happens every round versus just once. The heals happen every time you cast a healing spell. So, for example, Healing Spirit, which is on the Druid list, heals a D6 every time somebody pops through it, and every time that heal pops off, everybody gets healed 5 more points.
I was playing at Kontos's table, and I was playing a Twilight Druid, and I got hit like 3 or 4 times, and I took 0 damage, because at the end of every turn I got temporary hit points.
Yep.
What are we talking about?
Cleric domains.
Twilight Cleric is potent. I like that class, man. I hate DMing against it, but I love that class.
I like it too.
It is a good one.
But he was talking about Shepherd clerics, which do the kind of a similar thing. They set up a sanctuary, but any healing spells you cast are shared between everyone in that sanctuary.
Oh, Shepherd Druid?
Yep.
Zrot.
Yep. I played one of those too. Those are fun. If you have the right party for it.
Yeah. Yes. It's definitely not this one.
I take offense to that.
He's just saying you don't take very much damage, so we don't need that much healing. It's a compliment.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
What happens when your Eldritch Cannon breaks if somebody decides to attack it?
I can summon it a certain number of times a day.
And then expend spell slots to continue summoning it after that?
Correct.
Okay, cool. So the big cannon that's on your back in your picture, that's your Eldritch cannon actually comes out of that? You fire out little tiny Eldritch cannons?
Oh gosh.
Speaking of which, how do you tell the difference? Is it whether it's a boy cannon or a girl cannon?
It depends on how big the forest fire is.
Oh gosh.
So everybody's character portraits should be updated now. Unless you didn't update your character sheets. If you didn't update your character sheets, then, well, you suck.
Well, I
think the
updated my
character
character
sheet is up
sheet,
to
but
date.
my portrait is not up to date.
Yeah,
Did
my
you have
character
your
sheet-
character sheet open this whole time?
Yeah.
Well, duh. So close it out.
What do you
Well,
mean,
excuse
duh?
me. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm an idiot.
No,
How
it's just
dare
like
you
you don't
play
take
D&D
very
with
much
kids?
damage.
We open it.
Compliment.
I'd never know if mine's right or wrong. I don't know what I'm looking at, so. I just know what my character sheet says.
Oh, yeah, I'm like 50-50 that your character sheet's wrong.
Her character sheet's fine. I was messing with it today.
Okay. Oh, so you're fixing it. Gotcha.
Dude! What the heck?
Man, I'm
You
about
too.
To freaking get. I'm about to get
I
up
mean,
and
I
walk
could not
away
play.
because this is insane.
Jeez, you guys are going at each other tonight. What is going on?
I didn't say anything. I'm new to this. You can expect things to be wrong. I'm sorry I don't meet your standards.
No, I haven't actually looked at anyone's character sheets to figure out if stuff is right or not. I just went and grabbed hit points, abilities, and armor class, and updated the profiles.
I can assure you mine is correct. I have the level 9 wish spell, and that is perfectly normal for my level.
Yeah, perfectly normal for a 4th level druid.
Completely acceptable.
You were the one that I believe is not accurate the most. Everyone else is more accurate than your character.
That's fair.
Speaking of leveling, Ames, I did not roll your hit points. So your hit points
We did
are
that the other
incorrect.
night, though.
Did you?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
We did that at the
the end of last
the night.
session.
Okay. All right. Good. Just making sure. Because I didn't roll them, and I wanted to make sure you had the correct amount of hit points.
Yeah.
You rolled the
They're-
exact same amount as Kirak.
Yeah, I got like +4 or something.
Gotcha. Okay. Good to know.
You guys kind of laughed and were like, that's not very many. Ha ha ha. Because my dice were bad. And then I re-rolled something and it happened again, so.
Oh no, I wasn't being sassy that night, so we were all actually lamenting that you didn't get very much.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I rolled a 2 for my addition to hit points this level, so
Yeah, whatever
There's
it was,
that.
it was low. Yeah. But that's alright.
I don't know how you ever have a character make it past 2nd level, J-Dog.
me?
Yeah,
Me neither.
I really
It's
don't.
actually quite a miracle.
I mean, you're all the way to 4th,
That's
so.
that's the only miracle that I experience in D&D is that my character somehow survives regardless of my absolute trash rolls.
Despite your best efforts.
Yes, exactly.
Fair enough. All right. Hey, you have a good one, Killer Code. Thank you so much for the sub, man. Super appreciate that. You have a good one. Trying to do. Okay.
Breakfast was a really difficult encounter this session.
Yeah. Yeah. It has been. Because you're not done yet.
What's Breakfast's armor class?
Too high, apparently.
Oh, like a 33-ish.
Well, Thelephora agreed to accompany me to go get venomous critters.
Are you guys
So-
planning
so-
on leaving right now?
We can just leave the breakfast battle since it's so difficult. We can all just retreat. And
Go look
Oh
for
my
poisonous
God.
frogs instead.
Well, they just let one out of prison, so.
Yeah. Deported him too.
They didn't say that.
He didn't have papers, so we can make a safe assumption.
That's fair. That is fair. Okay.
And just because he got deported does not mean he has not snuck back in already.
Also true. So everybody watch your tea. See if there's rocks in it. Okay. So over yonder, you see a little circle I put in there, a little green circle.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
That is where your warehouse base guild house is.
I don't see.
Can't
oh,
get kicked
I
out of
see it.
there.
Oh yes, you can.
Bet.
Just don't make Karak angry.
how big is it?
Japanese apartments that's like 5 feet across.
It's a closet for all 5 of you.
Like, does it have a wall that it like separates it from everything else? Is it like a building that's like a townhouse directly next to a building, or is it like standalone?
It's
is it like
it's a barn basically.
the barn? Okay.
Think of it like a 2 or actually hold on. I got a picture of it. I got to upload it real quick though. But it's a 3-story warehouse. So it's about 40 feet wide by about 70 feet long on 3 stories.
Okay.
Sorry, how big is it? I heard 3 stories, 40 feet long. Is that what I heard?
40 feet wide, 70 feet long. How do you already have that, Care Bear? Holy crap.
Oh, is that okay, or 'cause, like
Yeah.
that's the dimensions aren't going to be the right dimensions that you just gave, but they'll be close. And I mean I can look for something that's actually better.
I mean, we need a 3rd floor, right? Because we've only got 2 floors here in the roof. But otherwise, that's pretty good. That's great by me.
Okay.
I'll show you guys the picture here in a second. I should have thought of this, but I didn't.
I also should have thought to ask if this place was furnished.
Nope.
So we literally just have a 3-story warehouse, next to no money, and oh boy.
Well, you have a little bit more than next to no money. So.
The doctor has all of our money.
Yeah, what did we get paid?
Talk to your doctor.
We're
Oh.
asking the doctor.
The GM, we didn't roll or anything for what it was.
For what?
Yeah, we never.
What was in the
we
chest?
never appraised the contents of the chest.
Oh, it was coinage. It was coinage with like a handful of gems and whatnot.
You never gave us those values, though.
I
You
didn't.
just said.
Nope.
No.
You just
Oh,
said,
my
"Do it
bad.
Later.
Give
Yeah.
us our money.
Let me.
Whoops.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Clicking
roll.
on the
Real
wrong
quick.
things.
Oh gosh.
Oh wow, he's breaking out the fire.
Really? Oh, please no.
Dude, that treasure chest was.
Oh no.
Uh,
Oh no.
Okay.
I almost
let-
died
Alright,
for that.
Can I roll it instead of J Dog?
I didn't roll it. Thank you very much.
I mean, they always look like J Dog rolls.
All right, guys. Well, it's been fun tonight. I'll catch you all later. Okay, bye.
wah.
Well, since it was given by the thing as a payment for services, wouldn't it be better to not have it randomly rolled?
Oh, I wasn't randomly rolling for it. I know how much it is. I was.
Oh,
But I don't want to be like it's exactly 2,000 gold. So I was rolling to add some random numbers in there.
okay, gotcha. Cool.
So it's
Exactly
21.
2012 gold.
No, it's 2,112.
2112. Cool. Let me.
That's
write
the
that.
value. Okay, it's not all gold. There are
No.
some gems in there. There are.
Fell.
What?
I'm the quartermaster. I divide it up.
Do you know how? Can you do basic math, Eska?
Check yourself.
Okay, so there's a picture of what it looks like from the outside.
Ooh. I like it. Dibs on not the top floor.
Everyone gets 352 gold. Unless you're the quartermaster or the doctor.
Does your guild did your contract not declare that the guildmaster receives
Nope.
more?
Nope.
Everyone's just members.
Guildmaster is not mentioned in that contract.
That's a terrible contract.
Yeah, that's a
I
real
know.
sticky
Who designed
contract.
that kind of a
An
thing?
equal member, and we are players in a player character game. So everyone as a player gets equal shares.
I mean, that's fair. I'm quarter.
It can be
I'm
whatever you want it to be. There's a 264 that would go to the quartermaster for the party fund, and then we have an additional 60 something gold that goes to the doctor for medical supplies.
yeah. I'm quartermaster in my IRL campaign. It's a sailing. It's basically pirates at this point. So as the quartermaster, I am making sure that the captain receives her fair share. The ship gets its share, and then everybody else gets whatever. I'm not the captain. So, no, everybody gets their fair shares. But okay. So the name of the your mercenary band, unappreciated. The name of your mercenary band, per the contract, is the Slayers of the Dead. This can be changed. It can be changed. If you guys want to come up with something right now, you can change it now. If you have to go and register the change, there'll be a fee.
Anyone have any suggestions right off the top of your head?
Well,
'Cause I
since it
don't,
stands for the SOTD, I can just call it Song of the Day, Amelia says. And then she just says that and then looks away.
Said song of the day.
Yes. I could just, it doesn't, if you leave it the way it is, I'll just pretend it's the Song of the Day.
That's fair.
Okay.
Well, if we think of any, so you're not suggesting to change the name. You're just saying that if we leave it as what it is, the Slayers of the Dead, then you can personally think of us as the song of the day.
Yes.
Okay.
And maybe I might write a song each day.
The sewers of the dump.
See? Exactly. if we just change it to the letters, then it can mean anything we want it to mean. SOTD. Or you just leave it the way it is.
So for the time being, we'll leave it as the Slayers of the Dead, and I'm sure at different times we'll probably spout off a random different name that is SOTD at some point.
That sounds great.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good to me.
Kurek is not encouraging that. This is J-Dog saying that's probably what's going to happen.
Possibly, potentially.
Definitely.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, I mean, I'd totally be down to change it later if anyone thinks of a name, but for now we'll leave it like that.
Yeah. Maybe in the future we'll be able to kill some livings and we'll just change our name to the Slayers.
I like it. Okay.
Of all the things I thought would take time,
The name.
I thought the name would be something that you guys ended up discussing at length. I was 100% that was going to be the long thing tonight.
It's like you don't even know us.
You know what? I don't think I do.
I think that at this point everyone's like, all right, breakfast is done. Like,
Actually, I want to roll against the Eggs armor class.
Oh gosh. Holy shenanigans!
Wait, what?
Just swings his sickle across the table to cut somebody's hard-boiled egg open for him.
Cut my eggs for it. Me, thank you.
That's fair. Alright. Well, you guys have successfully named your mercenary company, your mercenary band, and you now have a band headquarters. With nothing in it, but you've got it.
awesome.
And we got how much gold?
352 gold pieces each.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. What's the plan for the remainder of the day? Thaddeus has wandered off now that you guys work for him.
Amelia just is gonna go hang out with Regis doing whatever it is he's doing.
Okay. Well, he's got the day
thought we
off,
were
so he
gonna-
was gonna do whatever you wanted to do. But if you've got nothing in particular, he'll take you on a.
Well, why doesn't he take me on a tour of where he works?
Yeah.
And meet some of his friends and stuff. Yeah, we're gonna go hang out and do that kind of thing.
Yeah, Suena Buena.
Maybe. It's a date.
Yeah, it's a date.
Yeah.
Ames puts her backpack on. She says, "I'm gonna go with Regis. I'll be back later."
Oh, okay.
And they go away.
All right. What about the rest of you?
Weren't we supposed to be finding venomous stuff?
Yeah, that would be a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, let's go.
I've
If you
already
guys-
left.
Correct. You want to come?
I'd rather do that than just sit here.
You are welcome to come. Guildmaster.
Okay. We are going to go ahead and move on into some downtime stuff. I'm not gonna role play with you guys trying to trap a giant centipede or something. That's like a 1/15th challenge rating.
We did it. Wait.
What if I turned into a lady centipede and we baited it that way?
Easy.
Oh,
I
dear
freaking knew
Lord.
that would happen too. I mean, like, I was just doing it to prove a point. Like, if you want us to fail on catching a 1/15th CR rating centipede, just tell me to roll for it, and it'll happen.
There you go.
Like I said, just making a point, not actually.
Okay. Everybody who's participating, give me a survival check.
Now that is our party in a nutshell.
Does Aim survive her date?
Oh
I'm not even
gosh.
trained in survival.
Do I what?
Do
Survive
you
my date?
survive? Yeah, you date.
Yeah. I wouldn't be in any danger.
Make your check.
But I'm not.
You were
guys,
just arrested.
I didn't get I'm with a guard. I'm not going to get arrested.
Oh
Ames.
my god.
ACAB.
All right, here.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Ah, nice. Good for you.
Oh yeah. Heck yeah.
Okay. So it takes you guys a little while to find your centipede. You spend hours searching through what is legally accessible in the sewers. There are significant portions of the sewer system that are blocked off, so you can only enter it at certain points and travel for short distances. It takes you a while till you find a spot that's got some giant centipedes that you can attempt to catch. And the first try, Kurak is trying to subdue it, and he blows it in half. He just gets fires a little too well of a shot. He was thinking it wasn't a kill shot, but he put in his live ammo and not his sandbags on accident. So it does take a bit, but you guys are able to trap some centipedes. Where are you going to store them?
I have a vial.
No. These are giant centipedes.
Oh, really?
They're
big
like-
centipede.
Yeah, like 4 or 5 feet.
Holy crap.
Like Kurak wouldn't have been shooting his cannon at like a tiny one. You guys just like pick it up, put it in a sack. But you're not going to get enough juice out of that thing.
So do we have to keep these things alive in order to extract the venom, Ace? Or what's the deal? Like, are these things dead or alive?
It needs to be alive. So I have a cage that will be moving over to our base of operations that I will keep it in.
How big's this cage?
I was gonna say, Ace, please do not let giant centipedes free inside our new guild
Oh.
house.
I sent that to the wrong person. Geo, ignore that.
Yep.
I am sending you a message, Blood Bowl.
That's fair. It's still much larger than the centipede they had in mind.
Yes. Much
It's
larger
not
than but it's dog sized is what I was the cage that I was envisioning. Am I still here? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hello.
Yep.
So I had only made provisions for a one cage, but if we can get more than one, then I can emergency wise try to get another cage. Maybe, possibly.
We'll say you get one. That is, you only need the cage for one for now.
Yep. Cool.
But you have a general idea if you need to capture more in the future for breeding stock or whatever it is that you may be going for. you know a general location where to look. Unfortunately, your efforts here have ensured that you took all of what was available. So
The ones
you,
we didn't capture ran away, or we killed them.
correct. So
All right. Cool. Much appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
okay, so we are going to do a little bit of downtime. For those of you who are unfamiliar with downtime in 5e, downtime is the time in between major engagements the party goes on. They might have a little few fights here or there, but it's nothing that is quote unquote noteworthy. Most adventurers will take a month or 2 or 3 between adventures that they pursue. And the higher level you become, the longer those tend to be, to where they can become years in between adventures. And so the party is going to be taking their first couple of months as downtime now. And we're gonna see what everybody is doing to spend their downtime. And during downtime, you are able to earn a living where you make a little bit of money. You are able to do training. You can actually learn new skills and feats through downtime without having to level up to get to that point, per the rules of the game. So we'll have people doing that. So we will start with whoever wants to start.
We're just going over what we're doing during our downtime.
Correct. Yeah. So we'll start with just kind of what's going on with your downtime. Any roles that we need to make for your downtime, we'll do that.
So I am training with Master Wong in order to better assist my compatriots in battle. And when I am not training with him, I'm going to be trying to make sure that the critter that we have procured, that I am lovingly referring to as the Angry Coyote now, is not going to just murder people if it ever gets out.
Okay.
I don't care about anybody except us. Mainly, if it leaves the warehouse and it runs into other people, whatever. But if it gets out in the warehouse, it doesn't try to, murder face us. It doesn't have to be friendly with anybody. Just don't immediately attack the people that bring you food.
Coyote, why do you bark at everyone who passes by the window?
It's just like chitter.
That and I had discussed with Kurek possibly making battle gear, which he does not have to do at all with his downtime, but that is a thing that Ace had brought up. So,
Before he can make any gear, I need to know. I need to know like the exacts on what it does, so I can figure out how long it will take him to make that.
yep.
So probably this downtime, it might be figuring out those plans, unless you already have those hard numbers that I can look over, and we'll see what kind of progress we can make there.
I messaged them to you before, but that was
You've messaged me like 37 different magical items,
no.
and we've had massive arguments about all of them. I don't know which one this is.
We have not.
We have absolutely had massive arguments over these.
You ignore 90% of what I send you.
No, I don't, actually. I take to reading it, and unless I have a proper response, I don't respond.
Mom, Dad.
Oh, I know people that do that to me.
Like, if I don't... Like, I realize I have made a lot of gut knee-jerk reactions with some of my decisions, and so I'm trying to slow that process down and think things through before I hit that decision, just like I teach my students. I'm trying to do that. So if I don't respond to you immediately, I apologize. It's because I'm thinking. Jiminy
No,
Christmas.
no thinking.
No thinking. Return to monkey.
I mean, at least you
Hey,
don't ambush me on stream. I do appreciate that.
so
Okay, who's next?
so with Kurak's downtime, a few things are going to be happening. One is going to be kind of working out the beginnings of these gauntlets that Ace has requested, and then uh, as well, he's going to try and set up a shop where he sells his little gadgets and whatnot at. And then somewhere, I mean, I guess while he's not working at his shop and making those gadgets, he's also going to be trying to train with the greatsword that he inherited from Bavolk.
Okay. Who will you be training with on that weapon?
I mean, I would talk to Eska or Ace, or anyone at the Fighters Guild. I don't know if, I mean, I'm sure that there's someone at the Fighters Guild that probably specializes with two-handed weapons. And so I would seek after someone that specifically specializes in the same weapon type, I
Okay.
think.
Thelephora actually is proficient with long swords.
Wait.
Yep. It's under my elvish weapon training feat.
Wait, but longsword, great sword.
They're the same thing. Close enough.
Okay. All right. So when you go to establish your shop, are you trying to find like what quality of location you're looking for, right? If you're looking for something on the higher end, you're going to have to be registered with the Merchants Guild for sure. Excuse me. If you're looking for like kind of a back alley shop where people only get tea if they know who you are, then then you don't have to worry about the Merchants Guild.
Okay, and what about something in the middle of that?
I mean, we'll have a roll and we'll see what happens. Whether or not the Merchants Guild comes knocking and you have to contract with them, or now the Merchants Union is a unique guild in Althalos. They do not require exclusive membership, but they do generally require membership in order to be able to sell in their area in
Gotcha.
places that they control, which technically is the entire city of Althalos. But
I
if
was
you're in
gonna
like a back alley, they don't really they're not super concerned that you're taking profits from them or you're drawing away from theirs or making enough money that your merchants dues, right? So basically on a scale, low end, you're going to have a hard time finding clients. High end, a portion of your income. I'm not going to take it out of your adventuring income, but a portion of the income you make will have to go to the merchants union.
Gotcha.
And then, think of it like a sliding scale. The more you go to one side or the other, will adjust that stuff.
Okay.
Also, if you're trying to like straight up buy a shop somewhere, like then you got to pay for the building, right?
Sure. No, I don't think I would do that. I mean, if we're talking a sliding scale of one being like the only way you can find me is if you've talked to someone that knows exactly where I'm hidden
Yeah.
in the sewers, and then 100 being I own a shop. I'm probably thinking like somewhere in the 40 range. So kind of middle ground. I'm not. I want to set up a stall, something that is not huge, but I don't want to be in the back alleys either.
Okay. And what are you primarily selling?
Like I said, it's gadgets, and that can range from. I mean, that can range from a lot of different things. Things like, what's a good example of some gadgets? I don't even know what type of gadgets exist.
So lock.
Well, I mean, you don't. It also doesn't have to be like something with a mechanical benefit, right? You could make a wind-up toy. You know,
Right.
you could sell wind-up toys. You could sell, odds and ends, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking to like break into the higher end markets, then that's you got to be a little bit more specific about what you're trying to do.
Right.
Make an ice machine. So you sell ice to people.
Probably pretty valuable.
It's a little less valuable in a world where magic is this prevalent,
But for
it
people
would still
who
be.
don't have immediate access to magic,
Yeah, no, that's what I was getting at. Is it's still quite valuable.
And then you can put flavors in it and sell them as snow cones.
I like the way you think.
I like snow cones.
I like the way you. I like your funny
Grape's
words,
favorite.
Magic Man.
Grape's favorite. Cherry's favorite. If they don't have grape.
I like cherry as well.
Oh gosh. Yeah, so I mean, I think I would be more in the general market. Like, I wouldn't be super specific. I think I would have both things that have a utility value to them, and then like what you said. I mean, I'd have little things that are just for fun more than anything.
Okay. Cool. We'll go through and we'll establish that and get some of those details. What's the name of your shop?
I will have to get back to you on that.
Okay. Who's next?
I'm gonna go
Okay.
into the stores and finally start what I came into the city to do. My research lab. I have a vial of infectious discharge, and I have a vial of infectious spores. Both those are on the docket to be researched. The other thing I was gonna do, spend some time outside of the city communing with the Fae.
I like it. So for your research station, how much in the way of equipment do you already have? And what will you need to pursue? Are you going to use the stuff that you get from research in order to, like, you're going to sell off your information as a means to pay for it? Or how do you plan to pay for the research work that you do?
Adventuring.
Okay.
Yes. I
So
will
it's just going to
also
be part
sell
of your
information.
cost of living?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And you're going to spend some time going out into the wild and communing with the Fae?
Yep.
Okay. Do you have any particular place that you want to go? Do you have any particular person you want to converse with?
Not particularly.
Okay. Alrighty. Who's next?
I can go next.
Okay.
First thing Amelia wants to do is find out about Kieran Ellis.
Yes.
She's dead.
Do you want the rest of my list, or are we going to handle that part?
So that'll be part of downtime. So we are at 11:30. What
Okay.
we're gonna do is I'm establishing downtime. I know generally what most of your plans are, but I'm establishing this for all of our viewers so they know what your downtime is.
Okay.
At the start of next session, we are going to resolve as much of the downtime as we can.
Okay. So
Some
I'm
of it
gonna
won't
find
be
out
resolved. Won't be
I'm
resolvable.
going to find out about Kieran Ellis. And depending on how that ends up, I will be choosing a place to live.
Okay.
Okay. And Amelia is going to continue to work on her relationship with Regis. She would like to have a romantic relationship with Regis. So they're going to spend a lot of time together. He's going to encourage her to pick up some of her old training back when she was at her homeland that we found out was just a fairy tale or in one of the books that Kirk knows about. She was training to be a paladin originally, so she's going to start picking up some of her old training that she had. So she's going to find a war. She'd like to find a warhammer. Like she'd like to pick up a hammer. She has some training with swords already, but she'd like to start using a hammer and a shield. And so Regis is going to help her learn some of that stuff, either himself or hooking her up with the guards and stuff. And with between him and the Fighters Guild, she should be able to learn some of those skills. And then she also needs to get some armor. And in order to pay for like some medium stuff, a little bit better than what she's wearing now, and in order to pay for any of her living expenses, she'll just do some barding here and there, like performances and anything she needs to do. She can trade with performances or money that she makes with her performances.
Okay, sounds good. I like it.
Okay.
And that brings us to Eska as our last one.
Yep, you know what I'm doing. I'm going to the pig people and picking out the roughest, meanest kids that want to become pit fighters and training them up. And, like, they're kids, but is it safe to assume that some of them are bigger than me?
Oh, easily.
Okay, yeah.
Like, some of these guys are going to, like, I mean, Bovolk. How tall was Bovolk, Care Bear? He's like 7.5 feet tall, wasn't he?
Yep.
So, I mean, Pharaoh mature incredibly fast. Like, they mature. Oh my gosh, Geo. Thank you so much. Pharaoh they mature very quickly. About, by like 12 or 13, they're full adults, right?
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna figure out how to do that. So I'll figure out how to do that.
Do what?
Don't worry about it. It's not got to do
Okay.
with you. But you have 7 young pharaoh that are of the age that they could begin training.
Sounds good. It was also a chance for me to also practice fighting opponents that were, like, bigger than me. As well as training them, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to practice on dealing with larger foes. That's crazy. Real quick, Geo just gifted 5 subs out to the community. So, Just Beachy, Toots Plays, Tramp Stamp, Nightmare Demon, and You Daddy are all new members of the Adventurers Guild, whether or not they want to be. Which is starting to look like a theme tonight. Strong arming people into joining stuff. So yeah, you're able to get 7 of them. And in your time training, I'll say that CAC helps you out as well because he is small like you are. And so he can give you pointers on how to fight against larger opponents as you start to train these young pharaoh how to fight. So that process will be a long process. It won't be a quick and over thing. But
Yeah.
it is something that you'll be able to do eventually. Everybody give me quick perception checks. And Ames, you get advantage on it. Geo, you get disadvantage.
Woo!
What do I get this? What am I looking at?
Oh my good gosh.
Heck you! I want to see it too.
So the DC was pretty low. It was only a 12.
All right. Have a good night, everyone.
Yeah. Sorry, man. You have a +4. It is an 8. Like,
I'm gonna take my headphones off. Contos, give a thumbs up on your screen when it's okay for me to look again.
oh, you listen. They'll mention stuff. It's not a
Cover
big
your
thing.
ears, J-Dog. The adults are gonna talk.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
First off,
I'm teasing you.
you guys start to notice flyers and you start to notice like flyers going up around town. You start to notice people are starting to put up like festival decorations. There are advertisements for a musical group coming to town that people are pretty excited about. Specifically, Thaddeus. He is so excited. The reason you had disadvantaged Thelephora is because you spend so much time literally underground. But apparently,
is where all the good rock.
Apparently,
all the good
yeah.
stuff is at.
Apparently, and but you know, Ace and Eska, they hear about it directly from Thaddeus. He's trying to get people to go and watch them. There's like 7 or 8 concerts planned in the area, and so he's very excited about this. He's trying to get people. Ames, you see flyers all over town as you're going about for this upcoming festival and the concerts for this group in particular. So yeah, you guys start to see what kind of things that are happening. In talking with people, local community, there is a festival coming up. It's a week-long festival that's a very big deal to the city called the Festival of Frivolities. And they celebrate towards the end of summer, which is where you guys are getting onto with the with your couple of months of downtime. They celebrate all the harsh summer and going into the fall and all that stuff that comes with it. So they have like I said, they call it the Festival of Frivolities, and it's a big thing. There will be events all over the city, things to do, things to see, and Tainted Mithril, which is the band, seems like they are headlining a lot of these events. So you guys will likely run into them on, maybe not them, not them, right? But their performances and stuff in the different places you go. So that's what the perception checks were for.
There's gonna be a concert. Woo!
There's gonna be a concert. There's gonna be at least 8 concerts in the city. So
Ames is all about that. She likes the musics.
You recognize the name of Tainted Mithril because Kirinalos has a great deal of respect for them. So you've heard them talked about. Obviously you've never heard them perform.
Okay.
But you have heard about them. So they're not a surprising name to you.
Nice.
So one thing I like to point out for my players, if you open up your journal, you should notice by each of your characters. I want to make sure that these are editable by you. Yeah. You should see you have a little orange thing that says, for Eska, it's Eska plans, Kurek plans, Thelephora plans. Go ahead and put in your info in there, like just bullet point what you want to do. That way, I don't have to constantly bother you in the next week as I get all this figured out for you.
Is that my notes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ames's notes.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions from the crew?
No.
I don't think so.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up here for the night. It's a little early. Last couple of weeks we've gone a little long. Let's see. Do we have somebody we can raid? We've got a few people here still.
I only see Destiny people.
Oh, Twixie Time. We've been raiding Twixie Time. He does D&D on Fridays just like we do. Just different time zones, so they play a little later. So we're going to go ahead and raid Twixie Time. I would like to make sure I give a great welcome to Praxic Fire and Half Aches. Both joined us, both followed tonight. Thank you to Foop for the raid of 5. Super appreciate that. Killer Code subscribed, and then Just Beachy, Nightmare Demon, Toots, Tramp Stamp, and You Daddy have all become new members of the guild. We have 6 new guild members tonight and a couple of new greenies. So it's been fantastic. I want to thank my players. Definitely go check them out on their streams. Geo doesn't stream. Care Bear doesn't stream. Thanks to those guys for participating and helping out as much as they do. Ames is played by P-Stabs, who she streams Destiny for the most part, with a couple of other things in there. JDog80890 is taking over the role of Kurak, and he does a variety of things, but mostly hardcore Minecraft. And then Nags RL does Rocket League stuff for the most part.
Hi.
And he is our resident furry here. He's the bunny.
Wait,
Wait, Nags, you're a furry? We're gonna... I can't.
no.
right. I'll see you guys later.
Why do you think he played a rabbit?
Why?
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh god.
Why was I the only one with a negative attached to him?
I'm sure there's people that think being a furry is cool, but, you know.
Oh, he's just deflecting because all of y'all are furries. So
I'm definitely not a furry.
I don't